INKCON is a real big event coming up. We have some of all the best tattooers in California be there. We're going to do a live podcast, which has never been done at a convention before.
That's
so we're
new.
super excited. We're going to have all 3 of our tattoo buses on display and for sale at the INKCON, so you can choose which one you want to buy. Not only that, we're going to have an art wall and art installations. So it's going to have a sick art installations. We're teaming up with Corey Miller and Freddy Negrete, 2 amazing legends in the fucking tattoo game.
Hi, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the IQ Project. I'm right here with my co-host, Ricky Tat.
Yes, sir. What's up? What's up?
And we got 2 special guests today. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Joey Chavez.
I'm Elvis Ramos.
Elvis Ramos.
Out of Corona, California. But we travel.
Corona, California, huh? Do you guys get the winds over there? Because it's pretty windy today.
Yeah. No, it's been picking up the last day or so. Trash cans getting flipped over and all that good stuff. Yeah.
So before we start, again, we want to ask you guys if you guys could do us a big favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and just share this content if you really like it. It helps us. It helps us out. Can't even say it now.
It helps us
Helps
out.
out a tremendous amount.
Like so much you guys wouldn't understand. Like I'll probably give a free tattoo if you guys do it.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody just says something cool, like I might just like say, "Come over, dude. Just get a little butterfly in the lower back or something."
Yeah, I got the stencil ready.
Friday the 13th leftovers.
Right?
So what's your guys' Instagram? Shout out your Instagrams.
My Instagram is I am Elvis Tattoo as well as Stained Crown.
Absolutely. And I'm BodyArtBus, all one word. Trusted Tattoo, all one word. Trusted Tattoo Gallery, all one word. And of course, INKCON. You cannot forget IE's INKCON coming up. That's INKCON.
The Trusted Tattoo Gallery has underscores, doesn't it?
Fuck. Trusted _ tattoo _ gallery.
We'll put it all here, but I just want you guys to put it out there. But we have
appreciate it.
This is gonna be a long podcast, bro.
Yeah,
we're
excited.
We're excited.
You know what I'm saying? We're excited. I think we're all aligned in our ways. Like we're just talking behind the cameras. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we had to stop some of the conversations because we want it to be raw. You know?
Yeah.
Our podcast is mainly just like real. Like we're not gonna do that cookie cutter shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and isn't that hard? Like when you like already are on the same level with somebody, trying to keep the conversation minimal until the podcast start.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we can part 2, dude. We can do part 2 later.
No, I already see that happening. To be honest,
Well, let's go back a little bit. You mentioned INKCON, right? So that's a big event coming up.
INKCON is a real big event coming up. We have some of all the best tattooers in California. You guys will be there, of course. Yeah. But we have all the best tattooers that are going to be there. We're going to do a live podcast, which has never been done at a convention before.
That's
so we're
new.
super excited. We're going to have all 3 of our tattoo buses on display and for sale at the INKCON, so you can choose which one you want to buy. Not only that, we're going to have an art wall and art installations. So it's going to have a sick art installations. We're teaming up with Corey Miller and Freddy Negrete, 2 amazing legends in the fucking tattoo game. Corey Miller, I haven't even been to 6 Feet Under. Yeah. But he has a sick little gallery next door with all kinds of like tattoo history memorabilia and shit like that. And so he's talking about setting up a booth that would be an old school tattoo booth, old chair, old fucking machines, everything, dude. So
also like you're stepping back in time when you get into the booth.
Exactly. You'd be able to step back in time with this tattoo booth, which is really special. Like and the thing about it is we've been planning the show for a long time. Obviously, we knew what happened. The C word came and it was supposed to be 2020, didn't happen. It's supposed to be 2021, didn't happen. Finally, we lost our venue. We got a new venue, 2023, IE INKCON at the Ontario Convention Center.
Ontario, bro. It's like 15 minutes from here. It was a must that we be there.
It was a must.
I was talking to someone, I was like, Ontario, I think it's perfect because it's around everything. Yeah. There's no excuse not to be there.
That airport too has been growing.
And you know what? There's a lot of dope ass artists here in Inland Empire.
A lot.
So, thank you guys for choosing over here and not going to the OC.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Shout out to the OC. Y'all have some good stuff. IE is coming up hard, bro.
Real hard.
I invite you guys to our home, the Inland Empire.
No, but it is about time that we had one out here in the IE. It really is. I mean, how many times have we gone all over to go to tattoo shows? We've gone everywhere. We've gone to Alaska. We've gone to New York. We've gone to Philly. We've gone to LA. We've gone to Pomona.
I've only been to Golden State. That's is that Golden State?
Yeah.
Pasadena?
Oh, Pasadena. Yeah. And Pasadena is a good show. I mean, as far as artists are concerned, we want to try to pack this thing full of people. Our goal is going to be to get as many people there as possible. So not only are there great tattooers there, but everybody's tattooing. You know, so one of our goals is just to pack that house.
Yes.
Yeah. We're trying to bring also the content creation and kind of encourage that as well. with the podcast booth being there, also having areas where there's like backdrops where people can go and take photos. Like
Yes.
That's
I don't know
what
if you've
this
seen like the
industry
selfie
is.
warehouse.
Yeah.
It's like a warehouse with a bunch of like weird backdrops, so you can go take
Makes
selfies or
total
videos.
sense.
Doing stuff like that. Also, if you go live on your phone, because I know TikTok live streaming is a big thing right now.
Yeah.
I actually watch some of those, and I think having areas where you can do that with a crazy backdrop, you can go there talk about I'm at the INKCON doing this, doing that.
It's very smart that
can
you guys are
encourage
doing
it,
that.
you
Very
know?
smart. You know why? Because now you guys are gonna just multiply your awareness just by doing all those content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like going live and all that. Everybody just does it quietly, but now you guys are gonna like give the okay for everybody to go ahead and go
Yeah.
live. You know what I mean? Go ahead and do this, do
Yeah.
that.
And in a
It's
way,
gonna blow up.
I feel like it's been a big stigma as well in the industry. Like a lot of people don't want to do the social media thing, but you guys encouraging that actually is a step forward for everyone as well. You know,
100%.
Yeah, no, and there is a lot of like people being discouraged about it because of being criticized. And I've been dabbling in social media for years, and I remember when I was I don't know, like
Shout out Rockroll G.
Yeah, shout out Rockroll G. He was a big influence on that. But I be at a convention and I pull out my phone and I'm doing like a selfie storyline thing.
you
And
feel
this is
kind of
before-
embarrassed.
No, I felt
No?
comfortable until a tattoo artist that was a friend of mine was like, "Look at this fool doing this stupid shit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh fuck."
We call that
And now everybody, and even that same person is over
Is
there
doing
making
it?
fucking
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
I was just,
Yeah, we call those
little bit.
fantoches.
Fantoches.
They called us
Fantoches.
that because we're always going live, and somebody called us a fantoche, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So I googled it, and I'm like, "Somebody that wants attention." I'm like, "But I mean, shit, you know what I mean? That's what we need to do. Use the tool. You know what I'm saying?"
Well,
Yeah.
I actually saw a clip of this guy named Andrew Mosey, I think his name is. He's
Alex
an
Alex Hermosi.
Alex Hermosi, yeah, Alex Hermosi, and he was saying that there was a group of families that got rich off of oil, but now we're gonna see people getting rich off of attention.
Yes.
It's the new commodity,
Attention
and it's
is a new
true.
commodity.
It is.
Bro, you're speaking Gary V shit right here, bro. I listen to all that shit, bro.
I consume all that stuff,
bro.
man.
So
I
that's
think
why
my
it's gonna be a
mindset's
great
there,
con-
you
oh.
know?
Well,
And that's
but
what I like with what you guys are doing
The
here.
INKCON, though, that's what we want to do. We want to blend the old with the new. And like you said, we want to give people permission to say, the future is coming, whether you like it or not. Talk about some Gary Vee shit. You know, the future's coming, whether you like it or not. You could either participate or not. And like you said, do you want to be a winner in the future? Do you want to swim in the same direction as everybody? Or do you want to fight the
You
flow?
want to fight the flow.
Yeah.
You fight
It's
the
gonna
flow. You
happen
can
either
do
way.
it. Yeah, you can
Might
do
as
that
well
if you
jump
want.
on it. You know?
Absolutely. And here's the thing. I honestly, we have gotten hate, and we talked about that earlier. You get some hate, but you know what? You get just as much praise.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're getting hate, you're getting praise. Guess what? That's your day to day anyway. So who cares? Jump in, do it. You know what I'm saying?
I think you need to get hate.
Oh, I love it.
You need hate so that
Yeah.
you know that you're doing something that is ruffling stuff and you're getting the
100%.
attention.
And you know,
it's always
I didn't
gonna
know
be
that
there.
at first. That's something that I definitely took time to learn. But now I love it, dude. I love when
Oh,
people.
dude, I'm
That's only
like,
hate
I need a
because
couple
they're
more
not used
haters
to
in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
It's
up?
like you're asking people like, "Hey, you got haters yet? You got haters yet?"
You got no haters, you ain't doing nothing right.
Our last podcast, I was telling him, I was like, yo, I just want to shout out to all my haters out there. I just want to let you know you're going to have so much shit to hate on soon. You're going to have so much more shit to hate on.
Give you 2 hours today to hate.
Dude, you could just hate on me. You don't have to hate on nobody else. We're going to give you so much shit that it's going to be just a hate fest. And it's okay because I'm all about love. You know what I'm saying? So I take it, I reflect it, and I put it back from what
Positivity.
from
have
positivity.
to.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, like we told stories before of working, trying to meet people that are important in the industry, that are big time in the industry. And at the time, where you're just a small time guy coming up, just trying to say hi, trying to get a photo, kind of gave you the cold shoulder. And then now you're doing stuff. Now you've proved yourself. Now you've put in the work, and now people want to rub shoulders with you.
Yeah.
And that's full circle, beautiful thing.
bro.
Yeah.
And it's good. It takes work. It takes time. It's not
does.
something that's not like a.
Time, persistence. You can't give up on yourself. If you have that gut feeling like, I think this is the way, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I think is going to be amazing about that show? It's something that Gary Vee also says. You guys are touching on being relevant, which is social media, and also nostalgia. Like the whole idea of what tattoo was,
Yes.
tattoo industry was back in the day. You guys are keeping the touch of that. And that's going to bring everybody in. So by doing both of those, bro, you're going to have a gold mine right
I
there.
mean, being retro is like all big right now, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
And I don't know if you guys have noticed, like with fashion,
Yeah. It
the
always comes back.
things that we were wearing like in the 90s, like now The
I'm seeing it,
generation's
bro.
starting to wear.
Have you
chili
noticed
dog.
tribals are becoming big again?
Yes.
Tribal?
Yeah.
Somebody
Tribals?
at
Yeah.
in Oceanside, this chick did a full tribal spine on this dude yesterday. I was like, all right.
What I've seen is the
It comes in
earrings.
waves. It comes in
The
waves.
earrings with the little hanging cross. You know,
Yup.
Oh yeah,
that was 80s,
yeah.
early,
Yup.
late 80s,
Yup,
early
MC
90s. You
Hammer,
know,
he was rocking that.
I wanted that, but my dad would have chingado me if I would have got that.
That was a
And it's
different
cholo,
time.
güey.
Ripped it
Yeah,
out.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a different time.
So that's why I'm like, ooh, now I can probably get them right here, bro. What do
Yeah.
you think, Bev?
No, I had an
Two
uncle.
crosses going down.
Do it. At least for one podcast. At least for one podcast.
A fake one? It's all magnetic and it falls while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had this uncle. Shout out Uncle Martin.
Martin.
Before I got my ears gauged, I would just have regular piercings, and we'd be at a family party, and all of a sudden I just feel this guy like tackle me, and he rips the fucking earrings out of my fucking ear, and then he would keep them. And then every time after that I would see him at a party, I'd be like actively avoiding him.
Yeah.
Or I'd take him out before he came around.
I try to get jacked. I try to get jacked.
Anybody jump you? No?
But you know,
That's cool, man. So tell us a little. We got a little ahead of us. So tell us how you guys know each other, and just give us a little quick backstory, because give context to people. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are tattoo artists, and
yeah. So I've been tattooing maybe like 11, 12 years, and I was working at a tattoo shop in Fullerton, Illuminati. Shout out Illuminati. And a friend of mine that I was traveling with, I actually worked with him at a shop in Hesperia. His name Corey Miller as well. He passed away.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And he was working at Trusted. And I lived in Norco, and I was making a commute to Fullerton, and my clientele is in Corona, Norco area.
Right.
And Corey was like, "Bro, what are you doing? Like, why are you driving to Fullerton and then making your clients drive to Fullerton, and then you both drive back?"
you guys got a carpool.
And I was just like, "It's just what I'm doing, man. Like, shit, you know." And he's like, "You should come work at Trusted." And then I started going and hanging out to see Corey, and then I ended up meeting him and the rest of the team. And he was always saying like, "You got to come work here. You got to come work here." And then one day I got a call from the homie Jordan, and he told me he passed away in his sleep. And after that, I don't even know how much time went by, and I was like, man, like he kept wanting me to come over here. I really liked the vibe of the shop, and I talked to Joey, and I was like, hey man, I think I'm supposed to be here. I think I'm meant to be here, you know. And if you guys will have me, I would love to be part of the team. And that was in 2016, something like that.
2016.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's when I started working
What
there.
about you, bro? Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, the thing about Big C, he was a good dude, good fit, super amazing color artist. And the thing about Trusted is the shop's been there since 2007. A lot of big time artists have worked there. You know, Ricardo Avila.
Ricardo Avila worked there?
Ricardo Avila
Oh,
worked
nice,
there.
bro.
Ben
Heavy
Korn
hitter,
worked
my
there.
favorite.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people. And so we had a good team. We had a full color artist in Corey. We had a full traditional artist in Deja. Jordan doing his neo-traditional, me doing black and gray realism and everything else, really, pretty much. I thought we had a really good team. And then when we lost Corey, we had a lot of plans, bro. And like I even said at his memorial too, like we actually had a tour planned. We were going to do a tour. He was working with Troy from Villain Arts, and we were already talking about following the Villain Arts tour and all this. It was going to be dope, bro. And yeah, he passed away. Rest in peace. And it just everything kind of fell through, bro. And it was just like, oh man, like, you know, you can't be too upset about it because it's life. Life happens. You know what I'm saying? And so then when Elvis came and reached out, it was kind of like you said. It was like it was meant to be. He was like, "Hey man, Corey told me to come," and I'm just like, "Man, where were you? You should have been here." You know? And so, and the thing
He was
about
busy commuting.
yeah, he was busy commuting. You know,
Also, 91
wasting an
traffic,
hour.
bro. My bad.
Yeah, but the thing about it is like I've always been into social media, but I was just dabbling. You know what I mean? Where this guy, you know, I know when he learned from Rockwell G, and Rockwell G was doing his thing, and then he got into the podcasting, and we were talking about podcasting and doing stuff together. And like you said, it's just we kind of synchronized. You know what I mean? Everything kind of synchronized, and he helped blow up what I was doing. I helped blow up what he was doing. The things that I was bringing to the table, he didn't have. The things he was bringing to the table, I didn't have. And again, it was just like a right piece at the right time. Now, if Corey was still with us today,
100%, he'd be the star of the show. Yeah.
and I mean, not only would he be the star of the show because his color is just absolutely insane. He's a freaking prodigy, amazing. But it was just like the people that he brought together. I mean, we would be doing way more. We probably already would have had INKCON.
Yeah.
We probably already, teamed up with Troy. You know, who knows? We already teamed up with Ray. Who knows what we'd have been doing? But that's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to keep moving forward. And that's the thing. Like at the shop, we have a big mural on the back wall dedicated to Corey. You come to the shop, big old mural on the back wall. On one of my buses that we were building when he passed, I put a mural of him on the back just so he's always rolling with us, you know? Because you know how it is, bro. When you get a tattoo, it's like a tattoo family.
Yeah.
And so it was like we lost a brother, which is upsetting. But I gained a brother, you know, and a sister because his wife came too. His wife came. She's a piercer. She came too.
She
and-
pierces. So.
Yeah, she pierces. She does tooth jams. She does permanent makeup. So yeah, she's killing it. So we have a solid team now. Everything's rolling, and that's just rolled right into what we're doing now, which is moving the buses.
And
moving the
then I
INKCON.
think me bringing the content concept to him, and when I saw that he was so receptive of like exploring it, even though he didn't know what it was going to bring, if it was even going to show any value or profit or anything, he was down to try it out.
Yeah.
And I worked at other shops where, you know, the owners are cool, but they're doing their own thing. They're not really too concerned about it. And when I saw how much value he saw in it, I was like, man, we're about to do something crazy. And then I started learning about the BodyArtBus, and I was telling like, bro, this is such a good idea for content creation, especially.
Yes.
You know, we've already done vlogs, podcasts on the bus, done clips, all kinds of stuff. So from there, it just kind of grew, and now we're planning the INKCON, you know.
You talk about Rockwell G help you out. How'd you connect with him?
So he's actually the guy who put me on to tattooing, that got me into the industry. Okay. I was already dabbling on my own, not in a good way. You know, I wasn't doing it through an apprenticeship, but I was
tattooed in Iraq in the desert.
Yeah, I did tattoo in Iraq.
You got IG pics to prove it?
I do actually.
Oh, dope,
yeah,
bro.
There's some Navy SEALs walking around with some tattoos too.
That's dope, man.
But so I was tattooing on my own, and Rockwell G reached out, and he liked my work. He saw the potential in me, I assume, and he invited me to go work at his shop, and I was like, no, let's do it. Like, no, say no more. I didn't really know who he was at the time. I met him through another artist that I got tattooed by. I forget which shop it was, like West Coast Ink or something like that. And then from there, I worked at a shop for like a year or two, and he put in that emphasis on social media. This is before like Instagram was really a thing. You know, it was like barely coming out. And he was like, you guys need to put huge focus on Facebook because you're going to get a lot of your clientele from there. And I don't know if the other artists that were listening really took it serious at that time, but when he told me that, I still repeat that in my head, you know, here and there. Like that was he knew ahead of time.
He had the vision.
He had the vision.
You
Yeah.
could
And
hear
now
it
he's killing it. Now he's like on top of his content.
Well, I mean, like that one podcast we did with him on the bus, and he was talking about how in the beginning he was telling you, "Oh, I'm going to be doing this with celebrities, and I'm going to be doing that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm targeting these celebrities."
He
and
had
this
the
is how I'm
plan
doing it.
already.
He
Yeah.
had the
He's
plan, and he executed it to a T,
hyper-focused.
bro.
Yeah.
And it was just—it's impressive when you talk to him about it. You guys said you have him on.
Yeah, we had an interview him, and he was talking to us about that as well.
Yeah, so cool.
He has all his plans. He's already set for like the next 5 years.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah. And I need to get on that level, like ironing it out, because I feel like we're just, especially me, like I'm looking for the fastest way to get to point B, you know. And if I don't see results, I'm like, okay, I need to adjust it. When maybe I need to stay more focused, you know. Because like I was talking about the podcast, we've changed the name a few times, we've changed the concept a few times, and I think we just need to stay consistent on it for it to really, you know, grow.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Right,
Why are you looking at
Carlos?
us, Carlos? Because we went through those same battles.
Yeah.
You know, we started with this hypeness of Gary Vee told me, start podcasting, man. It's going to be the wave. It's going to be the wave. And I'm listening to Gary Vee content, you know? And so I told Josh, bro, let's start a podcast, you know? We didn't have fancy cameras. We did it with the iPhone, but we said
And
we
the
just
iPad.
and the iPad. And
Yeah,
then we
gotta
got
start.
a voice recorder and then we try to match it. And then we started doing some, and I still go back to him, dude, and we're just like, you know, deer-eyed, you know, looking at the camera, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not having this casual setup, nothing compared to this.
Yeah.
But we were kind of consistent there, and then we stopped, right?
Stopped, yeah.
Then we went again. Then we, by luck, met Carlos, and then we started with him, and then that was consistent, and then we kind of took it for granted, and we kind of dropped till finally he's like, dude, let's get consistent on this. You know, this is consistency. You guys have everything.
Yeah.
Just stay consistent, and so now we're working on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And it's cool that you guys have a huge support with Carlos here, because he's,
Yeah.
you know, people
cares,
don't
bro.
see all the stuff
cares.
that's going on behind. Like when we walked in here, he was setting everything up, and I just got a flashback of trying to set everything up on the bus. I'm like, man, this guy's like,
Yeah.
he's focused on what
He
he's
really
doing.
cares
you know, it's
about
stressful.
our
It's-
growth, because, you know, we also cared about how he is, you know, and we talk, and we're same like-minded individuals. We talk about business, we talk about growth, and he's just like us, dude. He's another guy part of us, so he's probably like excited for this as well, right? He nods his head. Yeah. So yeah, dude, content, we believe in it. But are we the greatest? No, but it's always a work in progress, right?
Yeah.
That's the
And
beautiful thing.
I think especially now, like content creation has been around for so long, and then Instagram I think had a stigma of like showing fake shit.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you see people like dressed up, looking good, their hair done, whatever. It's premeditated photography or videos. But now with the relevance of TikTok, people like the rawness, like the unprofessional look, you know? So this could be a good opportunity for tattooers, people that want to create content, to just get out there and do it.
Just do it.
Because there's people out there getting out of bed, eye boogers still in their eyes, making a video, and that shit gets
And it
views.
goes viral because they have a fucking booger that looks like a fucking teardrop or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
They're looking crusty. They're looking human.
I think
that's what people want
even just
now.
showing their faces though, because if you look at a lot, we've talked about it before. Tattooers, if you look at their Instagram, all you see is tattoos.
Yeah.
And you're trying to see, man, I wonder how this guy looks. Maybe I talked to him already. It's like,
Or you pass
can't
by him
even
in a
see it.
convention, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that was him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Hey, what's
show
up,
your
bro? I'm
face,
so
you
and
know?
so. Like, oh, I'm so and so. Wait, you're this so and so?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What the fuck? I didn't even. I
Exactly.
totally imagined somebody else. You know?
But what we talked about too is that building, like just showing your face, is such a big deal because now clients feel like they know you a little bit more. You know what I mean, they make that connection instantly.
Yep.
Especially if you're talking on videos, you know, you talked about something they like, and then bam, they come in, you have something in common already.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
And what's a trip is like when you tattoo somebody, and they're like, "Hey, man, I saw that podcast you did."
Yeah.
And it was one that we did like a year ago.
Yes.
And I'm like, what? Wait, what
Which
do you?
one?
Yeah, like you watched it? Like, yeah, I've seen the ones you've been putting out, and I see you're doing this. Like, you probably have people like stopping you in the street, huh? I'm like,
No, it's
no,
crazy.
not exactly.
We just had someone
But I
like that, right?
appreciate him saying that. It almost
Yeah.
gave me a little bit of fuel. Like, fuck, keep going, keep putting shit out. You know?
It happens, and I think it doesn't. It happens like at longer periods of time, but then it gives you that motivation to keep going. Yeah. Where would it happen? You said.
Romeo's client, he came in and he kept looking at Ricky like, oh, googly eyes, like, oh my God. It's him. Yeah, I knew.
Oh, really? Because he saw our content?
Yeah, because before he came in, he saw all the YouTubes and the videos and all that, and that's why he decided to come in.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and see, just like that, that paid for it right there.
Yeah.
You know,
and
what I mean?
we weren't
That
being
one
fake, dude. We're just being us. And
Yeah.
that's what Gary Vee said. Podcast is a way to get into people's attention by you just being you.
Yeah.
And you speak your truth because we're speaking truth, man. We're not faking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
It is interesting to see the development. Like you were saying, you look at your videos from like a year or two ago. You're like deer-eyed in the camera. You don't even know how to react, you know. And I see my older ones the same way, even with Joey. And we've, at least for me, I've tried to think about being more comfortable. Because there's people out there being super raw, just saying whatever's on their mind, and I enjoy watching that. So maybe I just need to be myself, be comfortable. And you can see that comfortability growth as each episode comes out or each video comes out.
100%.
Yeah,
and I think what we're coming to that realization too, because before we would be like, I'm gonna say stuff that is proper.
Yeah.
As we're saying our interviews now, you know what we talk when even our artists when they're here, we're just having a combo between just the artists. I say, tell stories about yourself. Get a little bit more deeper about yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
The transparency a little bit. Yeah.
And that's what people are connecting
And
with.
it's only your truth.
That's it.
No.
That's the
You
thing.
know what
Like
I'm saying?
everybody's truth is different. Everybody's experience is different. And that's like I for a long time, I thought like, okay, you must understand what I'm thinking. You must, you know, we must be on the same page. You must, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I almost expect something from people, and then I'm like, what? That's basic. How do they not know? But you don't realize like all the experiences of your life, all the things that you've been through have shaped you to be who you are. And all those things, without them, you're not gonna have this perspective. So your perspective is completely unique and different than anybody else. And so that's why sharing it is so important. And one day this will outlive us forever.
Yeah.
That's
One day we will be dust and
Yep.
this will exist, which is pretty fucking amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah. That trips me out because you have 4 kids. I have 3 kids. I don't know if you guys have kids.
I got 2.
2.
a
But
dog.
He's got a dog.
but imagine
Cute
like
dog.
10, 15 years from now,
Cute as fuck.
they're scrolling on YouTube and
I
they
was
pull up
gonna
a
say same
video,
shit, bro.
you know, and you're like, man, I would have loved to have seen my parents doing something like that. You know, like I see the home movies and stuff, but like for them to produce content and then see it on YouTube years
Even
later.
your grandkids, though, like you think back, like right now, if you think about your grandparents, like my grandparents, they're from the rancho. You know, Mexico.
You only see
they
like
don't have
one
cameras.
photo.
Yeah, one photo like this that took like 20 seconds to take. You know what I mean?
And they
now
look
you got
like
a whole
upset in
movie,
the
a
photo.
whole YouTube video. Yeah,
No smiling.
Yeah,
But that's what's cool too, is because like even like our people, you know, I mean, we're all Hispanic. You know, our people don't have as much reach as other people. Still, even to this day, you know, you see it in movies and things. It is starting to level up. It's starting to get better. But still, you're not seeing, you know, Hispanics as like leading fucking roles and shit like that. You know what I mean? And so having things like this, showing people, regular people, that you as a regular person, this is who you are. This is what you're doing. You're doing good shit. You're not some fucking criminal, or you're not, like you said, you're not some cholo, you're not some fucking tattooer that's fucking doing blow and banging hookers in the back or whatever. Like that's not how we do things. You know, we're professional. This is how we roll. This is how we carry ourselves. So it's a good example for the raza and for everybody. You know what I mean? And that's, again, INKCON as a whole. We're going to have ballet folklorico. We're going to have Aztec dancers. We're going to have native bird singers to celebrate the culture.
So for those guys that
We
need
were here
some
first.
Aztec reference photos, this may be your time to get your camera out.
Amen. And that's what I was going to say, reference photos and everything. But like when we were asking where you're from, my grandmother on my mother's side, she was here before California was United States, before California was Mexico. We've been here. You know what I mean? That's native shit. So to me, I'm home. I tell people all the time, like, oh, where are you going to go? I say, you see this skin color? This matches the fucking soil that you're standing on, because this is where we're at. This is where we're from. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, that's what, but this is special, bro. That's what I'm saying. This is special because we're finally, and we're doing it ourselves, which is even better, because it's saying, you don't want to give us our credit. You don't want to give us credit where credit's due. You don't want to, you know, give us the same opportunities. Well, we're going to take them.
And that's the power of podcasting.
Amen.
You know, we don't need the middleman anymore.
No, gone.
All we got to do is sit down, talk our truths, and
Hit play.
We don't need Hollywood anymore.
That's right.
You know, we'll get our own community going.
They're trying to figure out what to do because they're losing their audience. They're losing their attention.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We're taking that shit.
Yeah, it really is.
Little by little.
You know what I'm saying?
There's little
And
hubs.
There's talent in everybody. Everybody's got a talent, because we always ask, we sometimes want to get some other artists in here, and they're like, some of them have said, well, I don't think our story will be interesting. Bro, you have an interesting story. You just don't see it in that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people ask about you, like, you know what I mean? It's come over, and then it's a little bit of process, you know?
Yeah.
But it's that mental battle, bro. And I think we all here crossed it. You know what I'm saying?
What do they call it? I forget what it's called. Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
It's almost like, why would somebody want to hear from me?
Boom.
You know?
Exactly. That's what he said.
And I had that. I have that to an extent, but because I've been doing this for so long, I found a way to put that to the side to get this shit done, to get down to business. But then after I'm done, I'm like, man, I don't know if people are gonna want to hear that shit.
I question all the time too, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, do they want to see me today? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, like we question that because for a we're trying to change something in our lives that was never taught to us. So of course it's gonna be hard to pass over that hill. You know what I'm saying? It's not. We're not gonna flip it in one day. That's why I don't expect everybody here to be content masters overnight. It's a process. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you got to start like you guys started with a phone and separate audio, trying to match this shit up. It doesn't look good, but the more you do it, you're gonna get better at it, and then you may find somebody with a similar mindset that's already doing it to learn from, you know?
Yeah.
And it just gets better. But like, you have to take that first step.
Yes, exactly. Like a snapshot right now, people will be like, oh, well, you know, it didn't start like this.
Nah.
Like 2 years ago, we just started and the next
you guys had the little microphone.
We had a little microphone, and then this guy had one of those jackets, and he kept going like this. ASMR. He started ASMR before anybody did.
I was doing it without even knowing.
I know. He's like,
we're like, fuck, all right, who's gonna edit this? You or me?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, we'll finish tattooing. They'll be up to like 1 a.m. editing and trying to post it up. It's like, man.
Oh yeah, no, and that's the hard part too, because like I'm the guy who's editing it. You know, like Joey's the star, the fucking, the voice, whatever, you know, and we're doing it together. But once I'm doing the editing, a lot of times it'll take a long time for me to put something out, because I'm like, I got the family life at home, the tattoo life, and then my own content as well as the combined content. So definitely finding
Man, you got
some
4
help.
jobs?
You know,
Dude,
is
hey,
Fuck yeah.
that's our
valuable.
tip.
Yeah.
Because I do the editing with
Get a
us, you know what I'm
Carlos.
saying?
Get a Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos, you
Anchor
interested, dog?
money.
Hey,
You got a card?
About to book him
Right,
out.
he has his
Corona?
own
He said he was
podcast
going to go to OC.
Oh,
Is
good
that? Wait a
shit.
minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Wait a You guys talk behind our backs?
He's busy
I
now.
trust me, bro. I think the problem you're having is you don't want to let go of the control, the vision of the quality of everything.
That's a piece of it.
You're 100%
That's exactly
right.
'cause
You're
I was like
100%
that, bro.
right.
about to
Because
say.
there's actually a guy that we work with. His name was Rolando, and he's good at what he does.
Shout out 11th Archive.
But because of me being so critical in the way I see something, there's like little things that I nitpick, you know, and I need to just be comfortable with just let it be.
It's holding you back from being more productive.
Absolutely.
You just gotta trust that they know what they're doing as well. You know?
Yeah, and he does.
And maybe
And it's like
well,
with-
let me add on that though, because I have a vision of how we're going, right? And by letting him do the work, you can always like say, oh, you're going too much to the right. You're going much to the left, like directing
just
the
nudging,
vision.
you're not
but let them
micromanaging.
try though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just nudging them.
I see
I
Carlos over there
always tell them,
smiling.
bro, hey, I love that, but let's add some more tattooing, bro.
Yeah.
Let's add some tattooing in there because that's our vision, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's where we started. I mean, we have a right to have our own vision, right?
100%.
So
Yeah.
that's my
And it's like going back to releasing that control. It's like us as tattooers, we ask our clients to do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm the professional. Let me
Yes.
take the reins, and I know what you want, but this is what's gonna look the best.
Bro,
and
it-
doing that
it'll
the
be
same
game
way
changer.
because content creation is an art form in
It's an
itself,
art. And it's time consuming, bro.
Time consuming,
because
man.
I used to do it with Premiere Pro. Then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna jump into Final Cut because it's easier.
You gotta learn
know?
all that shit.
But then you gotta learn some stuff, So I'm there on Google and I'm like, shit. By the time I did this one edit, I could have just had him do it in quick, because that's all they do.
Call it been done.
And it's fast. You know what I'm saying? But the control is hard, bro. It's
yeah,
hard.
It is.
So,
It is, and it's
But
I think that's the next step is really
Excited, bro.
delegating that outsourcing it.
Yeah.
All you gotta focus is just the content. What you talk about. You know?
Yeah, and to me, like the content, it's not even an option anymore. It's not even like something. Oh, let's do this. Let's do it. I'm telling you, to me, I feel like it's our responsibility.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're the ones
It should
doing
be
it,
part of the
we're-
supply bag.
jams.
Yeah,
I think nowadays, any business, forget of just tattooing, just any business that wants to be relevant needs to have a part of their expense
Yeah.
in media. If you don't, you're not going to compete. And
Yes.
if you want to compete, add it.
Well, if you
Got
think
it.
about it, like most consumers when they're trying to look for something to buy or anything, like to see, they go on Instagram, TikTok, or any social media first.
Oh yeah.
You know, so might as well be everyone else there and just be there yourself.
Well, in doing this convention, right, I was doing a lot of research into like event planning and things of that nature and marketing and all that.
Yeah.
And they're saying nowadays with people's attention spans being so short as they are, that people don't even purchase your product until they have 9 different experiences with it. And that's one experience on fucking IG, maybe a billboard, maybe a commercial, maybe somebody says something about it, maybe they see another commercial, maybe they see somebody wearing it, maybe see somebody talking about it, boom, boom. Then they decide to purchase your product, which is insane.
I got a perfect example.
Like with tattoos.
You see that furniture that I just bought, that GG Workshop?
The
I've
big
seen
one?
that.
Bro, they've been targeting me for a
Yeah.
minute. And I'm like, I don't need that shit. I don't need that
I've
shit.
gotten like
9
50
times. They hit you with that
exposures,
9.
but- you know?
They got you that 9 times.
Because I have my old one, right? I've been having that for 15 years. My buddy made it for me, nostalgic type of thing. You know, he
works.
made it out of nothing. It's been working perfect. But then one of our artists got one from some place in San Diego, right? Iron Works or something like that.
Okay, I've seen
And
it,
and I tried it and I'm like, this is cool. But this other place had already had me interested. You see, you get me? Like even though that one was there and the price wasn't even $100 difference. You know what I'm saying? That one was $500, this one was $400. But the fact that it was already targeting me,
Yeah.
you know,
You already saw the
constantly.
brand. The
I
brand was
just
already in there.
I seen it and I kind of like it, and I think this one's better for me, even though probably that one was. But I made the decision, and how did it happen? By that company knowing how to target me
Yep.
months prior. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, we talked about that too in tattooing. Like with us, like we tell everyone here, there's a 90-day rule. If you want to be busy, 90 days from today, you gotta start promoting now because you gotta keep reminding your clients, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. So you're not gonna be busy those first 2 months, but that third month, you're gonna be busy
Yeah.
because all those people already saw your content that many times.
yes, I like the 90-day rule. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot because like there'll be times where I take a break from posting And then
It'll
down
reflect.
the line, it's like, man, I have
tell,
a slow
right?
couple weeks. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
You stop posting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens all the time, bro. That's why we always tell them, okay, look, like in November, I'm like, look, March is coming around. That's 90 days. You better start posting crazy right now. Be in their eyes. So when that tax money comes in, guess who they're going to? The person that kept telling me advice and value and cool pics and funny stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's kind of our little like strategy.
It's a good strategy.
And I'm sure you've had clients tell you, like, man, I've been following you for like 2 years, and I finally decided to pull the trigger. That's because they kept seeing your shit, you know?
And I always ask them, what happened that made it, the jump? Was it you getting the money already, or was it a certain picture that said, all right, you nailed it on that one, I'm going? I always try to ask, it's just to know what was the pivotal moment in that whole freaking year that I've been telling you, come over here.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes it could just be like, it's just time for them. They're
Yeah.
ready. That whatever personal experience they're going through, they're ready, and they're just ready to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and like you said, everybody when they get it at a certain time, you don't know how that's going to affect them at that time. When you put it out there, you're putting all these out. Which one is going to hit? Which one's going to hit? Right. The other day after work at Trust Tattoo Gallery, these motherfuckers decided to do the Cupid Shuffle. So we had the girls all doing the Cupid Shuffle.
Is that what you guys are
There,
doing? I was like,
doing the Cupid Shuffle.
are they making TikToks over there?
Yeah, we did. No,
They're like doing these.
They're doing this
yeah,
thing?
bro. I was like, all right, they're doing the Cupid Shuffle. Fuck it. And then no shit. The next morning, I got 3 people saying, "Oh, I gotta get tattooed there. Your energy seems good. Oh, it seems like a fun shop. I want to work there." Like I'm like, what,
Bro,
From one Cupid Shuffle.
Our tortilla challenge, everybody mentions it. I'm like, oh
you
yeah,
go.
when homeboy fucking slapped me hard because I barely went. I was first, right? So I just went.
Try to be nice.
Yeah, the tortilla challenge. Is that what it's called? The tortilla.
Yeah.
So I won first, so I did it softly, Then this guy wins, and then he fucking whacks me, and my ears ringing, and everybody can see it. Like he had fucking.
You put some
energy,
force
bro.
behind
Yeah.
it.
was upset.
I'm like, hey,
I
dog,
was
you need to tell me.
like,
You need to tell me. Like, I fucking just went like, here you go, buddy.
It's called a challenge, dog.
He fucking went. Carlos, play that. Flash. Right there. Through my ear. God damn, bro. I still can't hear you. I still hear you.
it's part of the game,
Have you seen the slap competitions?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that just went viral with all that
That-
face.
Oh yeah.
You know that
Have
actually
seen that
became a
one?
sport.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
UFC
Like
picked it
I've
up.
been seeing a lot of
Jeez.
events being
Yeah.
held for slap boxing, men, women. But the one that he's talking about, this guy had just gone through a slap competition. And he went to another one. His face was already swollen,
Pulp.
and this dude
To a
was
pulp.
he was tough, man, because he did not want to quit. The dude kept slapping him, and then he would slap him, and he would start laughing, and his face is just getting more and more swollen, and he just keeps taking those slaps,
Yeah.
keeps giving those slaps. Bro, his like skin started like split open.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
Started
so he
seeing
was
blood.
desensitized because of the damage, but it's not gonna.
But
That's a good
skin was-
strategy. That's a good strategy.
Take
Keep
the
getting
hits,
slapped
take the
until
hits.
you go
Oh,
down.
man. They couldn't pay me enough because,
Hell nah.
god damn, his face is
Fuck
just
no.
figured,
Yeah,
bro.
it looked like it
You know
was
what I'm
like
saying?
hanging off
Like,
of his fucking
yeah,
Bro, his
skull,
jaw was
bro.
facing that way.
That ain't good.
No.
No.
That ain't good. And I've even seen them like they're slapping, but I mean, a strategy to me would be go to the chin because you're gonna knock them the fuck out. And that's to me, that's not a challenge. Like I can knock anybody out if you hit them just right in the fucking chin. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck? And some of these guys are gigantic.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
don't
not
know,
getting hit by
man.
that.
Yeah, I
motherfucker.
wonder what the long term effects are, because like when you're boxing, you're trying your best to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, you're blocking,
right,
and you're moving.
and
with
some
the punch.
boxers are having permanent brain damage.
That's CTE or whatever, right?
Yeah. And then
Oh,
these
you're gonna
guys are
remember that
literally letting you slap the shit out of them.
You know how much force is coming from that hand?
Yeah, and almost each time they're getting knocked out.
Yes.
But then as long as you get back up within like a minute or whatever it is,
What?
let's
Is
do it
that the
again.
rule?
Let's do it again.
You've
Yeah.
been watching a lot of this, bro. I can tell.
No,
If you get up within a minute,
it gets fed to me. It gets fed to me. TikTok.
Yeah,
Instagram,
it knows what
I
you
figure
like,
it's
bro.
not fair because I
Yeah.
figure if whoever goes first is gonna knock them the fuck out. But
No.
Yeah,
but
like
there's
if
some
you
that are
get
tough,
knocked
bro.
out, it's almost like that should be you're guaranteed out. But it's almost
The,
guaranteed that if you let somebody slap you at full force, you're gonna get knocked out.
the one
Yeah,
I
you hit
saw
him in the
was
shin.
a big ass dude with this other guy against a skinny dude with like blacked out eyes and everything. He's all tatted up, had earrings.
I know which one
I was
you're
like,
talking
oh, this dude's
about.
about to rip out his earrings and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
That dude got knocked out.
Like the dude that looks all intimidating with the black eyes and the tattoos, he slaps a guy, and it's literally like a little. And I start laughing like,
I
oh,
saw
shit.
that. But the guy had him by like 150 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Like there should be a weight class. Like this motherfucker shouldn't be fucking
there should be a
facing
weight
this
class,
fucking guy.
100%.
I don't know, man.
And then that big guy
The
goes
guy's
and
arm
slaps
weighs
him and
fucking 3 times
damn
on his
near
arm.
spins his head around.
You seen the one with the girls?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this whole
So-
slap boxing
but-
thing.
So
and
there's
I,
a limit to the content. There's a limit to the content.
No,
that
but
was-
that
yeah.
just
I don't
just-
know if fucking Ray Ink Master, because that was the first time I seen it.
Yes.
They had a video that got millions and millions and millions of views. Was this dude slapped some guy at the convention and knocks him out? And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, is that a good idea? Him letting this happen at his convention?
Yeah.
And that shit fucking blew up. And now
Damn.
they're having competitions.
They got to
Yeah.
sign releases, of
Like,
course.
yeah,
You
yeah,
sign a
of
release.
course.
You sign a release. It is
Yeah,
what
that's
it
brain
is.
damage,
Yeah.
man.
That's
Yeah,
a different
I
type
wouldn't
of
do
viral.
that.
I'll be
everything's
sitting out.
content now.
Yeah, I'll be sitting
Everything's
out.
content.
Yeah.
So Joey, we got a little sidetracked, but tell us a little bit about the buses, man. You mentioned
BodyArtBus.
BodyArtBus. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, like the bus, it came from me trying to open a shop in Oceanside, and Oceanside at the time had a moratorium, which is one shop per 50,000 people. They wouldn't let me open a shop. I tried and tried and tried. I owned an art gallery at the time, and I was tattooing out of the back to pay the bills. And I used to have art classes. I'd have old people there, young people there. We do sandcastle competitions, all kinds of shit. They call me a pillar of the community, bro. They call me, you're a pillar of the community. All these, and I said, okay, that's fine. I'm a pillar of the community. Let me make this a tattoo shop, and I'll be here forever. I don't go no.
Oh, no, that's too much,
No,
buddy.
you
That's
can't
too
make a
much.
tattoo shop. You can't. But even one of the city council members was like, hey, look, do what you got to do, which basically told me tattoo on the low. You know what I mean? But I just had my
You
first
don't want
son.
to do it that way.
I just had my first son. I just got married. I've been married for a year, and I couldn't. I was like, if I get caught tattooing here, I'll lose my license. They'll take it for 5 years. I'll have to leave Cali to tattoo. So I was like, nah. So I closed that gallery down, and I took the money that I got from the security deposit, and I told my old lady, she had a 401k at the time. I said, hey, I need you to cash out your 401k. I need like 5 racks, and we need to get this thing going. And she did. And it was the best fucking investment she ever made. I'll tell you that
That's
much.
trust.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
Better not fuck this
I
up,
told-
Joey.
So what was your concept? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically the concept was what we've all done. We've all gone to people's houses and tattooed at their cribs and shit like that, right? Back in the day, that's how a lot of people did it. Well,
party.
I said, you know what? Everybody loves this. I get so much work here. I got to figure out a way to make this official. How can I make this right? And the only way is a bus, because you can't go inside somebody's house. It can't get inspected. You take a bus and you freaking
You have
gut
control
it,
there.
make it a fully licensed tattoo facility. You know what I mean?
Got
It-
everything you need in there.
got
Supplies,
everything you need,
furniture,
you know, because I
printer.
tell you what, going to somebody's house, how often do you forget this?
Yeah,
You forget
I've
that.
done
Going
that,
to a
man.
tattoo convention, you forget this, you forget that. When I'm at my bus, fully licensed studio, everything I need is right there. So no matter what I can do, I can
Except
get
for
it done.
Sensi Rap. There's for some reason never seems to be Sensi Rap on that motherfucker.
You guys have that same problem?
Motherfuckers,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that shit
What about
disappears.
blue
That
big
shit
pins?
disappears.
Are they gone too?
They go.
Scissors?
They go away.
What the
Scissors
fuck?
gone.
There must
I
be
don't
a
know what
fucking
the fuck.
mystery in
tattoo
the
supply
tattoo.
troll
It
or
is.
something,
It's
man.
crazy. No, but so I built my first one, grabbed it in 09, and at this time I was living in a condo, bro. Like I shouldn't have been doing this. I had the bus parked in front of my condo. The condo people freak out and they're like,
Oceanside?
no, this was actually Fallbrook. So the condo people start freaking out, so I park it down the road, right? One day when my windows gets broken, I'm like, fuck, dude. So I'm like, what am I gonna do here, dude? What am I gonna do? So I rent a warehouse. Fucking said, fuck it. I ran a warehouse, found a sick ass warehouse, bro, in Temecula. And
Is that the one that you closed down?
that was when I closed down because I now I actually keep them at my home because I just built a big metal structure at my home.
Nice.
Park both my buses there, beautiful, they're safe. And then I don't have to go to a warehouse, pick up my car, then drive home. Now I just come home, park the bus, go home, and it's what it is.
Boom.
But it was a journey, man, because getting it and developing it had never been done in San Diego at the time. So I had to work with the health department on materials, on the plan, everything else. And finally, when I got it inspected and going, like I said, I had a lot of haters, had a lot of people hating on it. But I was true to the game. You know, they say you stay true to the game. I was true to the game. I showed respect when respect was due. I only went where I was asked to go and shit like that. And then sometimes I would just show up places. But again, if I did, I would let the people know that were local to be like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm this, I'm that. And again, I think I got a lot of hate from that on the Facebook and on this and that. Whatever, it is what it is, you know? So I had the bus for about 3 years. Rocking and rolling, doing events. We went on tour with Tech Nine. We started meeting like professional skaters, professional athletes, going just rich as fuck people, want us to go to their house, just doing all kinds of cool
Musicians,
shit.
singers,
Singer,
all kinds of
everybody.
people.
And you're being part of this in the journey?
Not at the beginning.
No, not in the
Okay.
beginning.
No, so he didn't. So in 2012 I bought Trusted. So it would been 2 years I'd owned the bus, running it, making money. That bus paid for me to buy Trusted. So I buy Trusted, and then he came around, right?
Yeah.
And then in
Like
2016,
3 years later, 4 years later.
I think that's when I came
like
across your guys' content.
yeah. So in 2016, I bought another bus. I bought what we call the Big Dog. So the little bus bought me Trusted. Trusted and the little bus bought me my big dog, right? And now the big dog, the little bus, and Trusted had bought me and Trusted Oceanside. So now I got Trusted Oceanside, Trusted Corona, the little bus, the big bus, and now I just bought 3 more buses.
What?
And so the bus game has only gotten better, bro. Now we're building buses for people. We're selling them to tattooers because the way I see it is every tattoo shop owner can utilize one of these buses. Every tattoo shop owner has clients that are, that have bike clubs, that have car clubs, that have, cheerleading competition clubs, whatever. I don't know what you do, but we've done everything, man. I've done 1-year-old birthday parties. I've done weddings. I've done it all, bro. And there's so many events that we get called to do. I can't do them all.
Yeah.
It's impossible. And I have 2 buses right now, and I can't do them all. I have 5 technically, but these 3 aren't built out yet. But I can't do all the events. So to me, building them and selling them is the way to go.
Yeah.
Because a lot of tattooers, one, they're like you said earlier, some people like to travel, all right? Some people got shut down during COVID. My first sale for my first bus that I sold was an artist in Alaska, bro. They shut down her shop, and she said she had nowhere to work. The artist who owned the shop closed the shop down, and they just tattooed out of their home. She said, I need somewhere to she was actually a piercer. I need somewhere to pierce. And I said, look, I can get you a bus in 3 months. And she's like, well, and I was like, well, how much, what's your budget?
Yeah.
And she only had a very small budget. And I said, well, you're not gonna get a paint job. You're not gonna get system. You're not gonna get all the big bells and whistles shit. But for that budget, I will get you a fully licensed mobile unit that you can take to Alaska, will be inspected by the health department, and will pass inspection. And so we built it here. Me and Elvis drove that bitch to Seattle, and we floated it from Seattle on a barge to Alaska. Damn. And that was a cool little.
Did you guys document it?
Yeah, we videotaped.
Yeah, we got a little
thing.
video, little vlog type thing.
That's
little
dope,
vlog
bro.
type thing. And so and now it's like. That to me is my $1 million idea. The buses is my $1 million idea because I want to be able to put a bus in every state in the country. Every state should have a tattoo bus. Shit, every country should have a tattoo bus. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking Germany, I'm talking UK, and I just got in connect with this big investor. He says he wants to invest like $1.5 million and shit. So I'm like,
Hey.
fuck. All right. I don't know. It's getting real. It's
Yeah,
getting real.
real.
It's getting real. So
It's getting politics in there.
I was telling this dude, I was going to meetings with these fools, right? And this dude's driving a Lambo. The other dude's driving a McLaren, and I was driving my fucking Toyota Avalon. You know what I mean?
It's a nice car.
Like
Yeah,
one of
it's a
these
nice car.
motherfuckers.
Really nice car, reliable.
It's reliable as fuck. It's reliable. But so
Hey,
that's why.
got you the same place that they went to.
Yeah.
The same thing, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. It did. It
Yeah,
got me
I'm
saying.
more discreet.
But what did I tell this guy earlier? I said, hey, for my birthday, I just turned 40 this year. I said, I'm going to buy my fucking car that I've been wanting. I bought a Maserati GT. So now we go to
Oh,
meetings.
is that the one outside?
That's mine right there.
Oh, shit.
So
it's
now
a bullet,
we
man.
got a Lambo, we got a McLaren, then we got the Mazzy right there. So it's like there's different levels, and you got to adapt to these levels and just start, swimming in the right groups and shit. And it's like, I see only good things coming. I see only greatness coming, and it's a beautiful time, bro. And that's not like the buses. I ain't ever gonna have nothing but love for those buses, bro. Like it's
You build them out yourself?
Yeah. I pay somebody to do the cabinets because the cabinet guys are fucking top notch. Yeah. I pay somebody to do the sound system because there's a lot of guys killing on sound systems. But everything else, plumbing, flooring, all that shit, me and my crew do it. We fucking strip it, we do the flooring, we do all that shit, and then we make it happen. Because again, there's a lot of artists that would like to have something like that, but they just don't have the ingenuity, they don't have the fucking the knowledge, or they don't have the connects. Yeah. But if I could build it for you, you give me fucking $35,000, I could give you a fucking tattoo bus, which ain't shit. I mean, you probably spent more than that renovating this place to get it up and running. And I could give you a business that nobody could ever kick you out of. Your landlord can never say, hey, I'm selling the building. By the way, you got to go. Hey, COVID's going to shut you down. During COVID, it did shut my BodyArtBus business down because nobody wanted to have private parties. But I was still going to my big clients. Yeah. I was still going. Nobody could shut me down.
Yeah, the people that were like, just come through, bro. Like, we ain't tripping. Come tattoo us. Yeah.
And so that business kept everything going, bro. So to me, that's where every good, solid tattoo shop needs a bus. And if you don't want one, that's fine. Yeah. Because you're gonna have a competition that does have one, and then you're gonna realize, fuck, I should have got one.
Yeah, the person that has it, they have so much more options, because especially if you're a tattoo shop and you want to do events to be part of the community to make your presence known, the bus is how you're going to do that.
Yeah, we've done parades, bro. We've done Renaissance fairs. We've done the first live tattooing and piercing at a state fair in California, which is the Santa Anita State Fair. We've done so many firsts, bro. We're the first fully licensed mobile unit in LA, first fully licensed mobile unit in Riverside. We just did this event with Ink Masters where they rented our bus, wrapped the whole bus, tried to make it look like it was an Ink Masters bus for their activation that they had. Well, when we took it to the OC for the inspection, the OC's like, well, we've never inspected one of these. We don't know. We got this information from Riverside. And I said, well, the information you got from Riverside is based on this bus that you're inspecting right now. So not only, you know what I mean? Not only am I the pioneer for the fucking industry, but I'm the pioneer for the fucking health department.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, bro. Like,
That's
again,
crazy, bro.
it's just full circle. And it all started
I wish I was
from
there when
one
you told him, like,
motherfucker
these
that
details
wouldn't
are
let
my
me
bus.
open a shop in my fucking hometown. If they would have just let me open a shop in a hometown, BodyArtBus would not exist.
Yeah.
How crazy is
Thank
that?
them. So thank
Amen.
them.
Oh, every
Because
day.
you had to be creative.
I had to.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to be creative. I had to fucking find a way.
That's dope, bro.
And that's the thing. Sometimes you just got to find a fucking way. And you never know that way that you fucking went off track to go had to struggle to get, that could be your winning motherfucker. And that's what it is today.
Like you said, things happen for a reason.
Amen.
You know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that bus concept, man, is such.
I mean, you could see my energy just when I talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Passion.
I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's-
even when you tell somebody about it, it's like they're tripping out on it. They're like, wait, what? Mobile tattoo studio? They're already probably envisioning what it looks like, you know, and it looks better than that.
it does.
And I'm seeing barbers now doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, barbers are getting their own buses. They're those small ones have their individual ones, and they do
100%.
that private because
There you go. That's your second.
Nail salons. No, that's what we're doing.
You can do
Yeah,
that.
we're
Nail
trying to
salons,
target it not
barber
just for
shops.
tattoos,
So it's
but
your
just
own business now.
businesses.
What's that one called?
BodyArtBus.
BodyArtBus?
But I was thinking of naming it BodyArtBus Mobile Business Solution. Because guess what? Like you said, it can be a fucking barbershop. It can be a nail salon. It can be a fucking boutique. You know, it can do all those things. And again, some people just don't have the ingenuity to do it.
Yeah.
We got the connects. We got the people. I even got connected with a guy who what is it? Fucking maintenances all the shuttle buses at LAX. Any bus that comes in fucking LAX is motherfucker maintenance them all. And at the end of the lease, he buys the buses off them. So I buy my buses from this motherfucker because they're cheaper, they're used, and I know the maintenance records. I know they're treated right. I know they're gonna run right. These diesels, bro, they'll go up to 1 million miles.
Damn.
So a bus like one of the buses I have, it just clocked over 400,000. Another bus I have just clocked over 300,000 miles. Wow. And you're not driving it every day. You're not picking motherfuckers up. Right. I only go out when I get paid. If I ain't getting paid, I ain't driving this bitch. Yeah. You got to pay me $500 deposit just for the fuel and the maintenance, and then I'll come to you. And then I need $1,000 per artist, whoever's there minimum.
Yeah. 1,500 per artist.
It's definitely a premium price,
inflation,
because it's a convenience. You're going to them; they don't have to drive. You know, if somebody is coming from LA to drive over here to Fontana, you know, that's an inconvenience for them. Now you say, "Oh, I can just go to you and
we do
park
that
outside your house."
I can imagine these buses, especially for like music festivals now. You know, music festivals are big right now. Huge. Fly out for music festivals.
Yeah, we're hoping to work something out with Coachella, man.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing about Coachella is they've invited us, but they don't want it to be official. They're just like, come out, bring it. Like, no. If we're gonna do it, it needs to be official. I'm not gonna come out.
We want you guys to tattoo our name on your banner.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
So,
And we'll
and
come
like we just did a video release party with her name's Julia Wolf, this emo goth artist, fucking super dope. And then we've worked with fucking Katy Perry, bro. We've worked with Tech Nine. We've worked with fucking Nigel Hughes. We've worked with all kinds of fucking sports people. So it's just like, dude, we're not gonna just come out.
Yeah,
That's not what we do. This is professional, bro.
And you're holding true to that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You're not selling out. You're gonna be like, no. If I'm gonna be part of that, you guys gotta put me officially.
100%.
Because now you can charge officially.
100%.
Remember?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
They're pretty much saying Coachella's pretty much putting a check on you, like we approve
they're
you.
endorsing the
But if you
whole-
say, oh no, come on the low, they're gonna be like, who's this guy?
Who's this?
Yeah,
What's
because
this?
then they can be like, we didn't invite them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna drive all the way out there in the heat, be all hot, be with all these drunk crazy people all hopped up on whatever, and not even getting paid. You know, what I mean? Like, no, I gotta get paid. And again, when we go, I'm not just saying, oh, we need to get paid because I want some money or whatever. It needs to be done professionally, bro. We're gonna bring a professional parlor. We're gonna bring a professional atmosphere. All my people that are there are trained professionally, gonna help everybody out. We're gonna have a list. Everybody's gonna it's gonna be dialed in one at a time. You know, done right. So. I don't know what more you want.
Yeah. And as I'm hearing you talk about this, how's the experience inside getting tattooed? Like, are you guys comfortable? The AC, I'm assuming you figured this out already, but
Yes.
is the AC proper? Like, there's enough room for everything?
Have you seen one of the buses inside? It looks pretty nice.
I seen one of the beginning ones. I haven't seen to the
So
the new
it
ones.
has to. So the comfort is big. So for instance, like one of these new buses, 38 footers, we put in the floor first. The second thing we did was we put 2 overhead ACs in it. You know, $8,000.
Okay.
It ain't fucking cheap, but guess what? If you're not comfortable in there getting tattooed,
Yeah, because 110 degree, 120 degree weather in Coachella, bro.
Ain't gonna
that shit
happen.
better be like, you know?
ain't gonna happen. Well,
Yeah,
we've done car shows, bro. We've done car shows like even over March Air Force Base in summertime. Over there, you're talking 100 degrees. So people were just getting tattooed to come and chill inside the AC, bro. Because everybody else, the car shows outdoors, they come in our bus, fucking cool as fuck. So they come in there because they're getting that special experience, and they're like, "Can we just sit in here?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry. You
What
gotta
about
get tattooed. You gotta get
the
tattooed."
health code process when you get like a festival that's never done it before? Does it take a long time, or you kind of figure it out already? You have a system.
So we have a system, and basically, we keep a permanent license in like LA, Riverside, San Diego. Anything that goes on within LA, Riverside, San Diego, we're already totally dialed in for.
Right?
Yeah, and actually, we just got a permanent in Orange County too. So any of those counties, we could just go in, and as long as they have a license to be there, as long as the festival's licensed, we just go under theirs. Now, if they don't have a license, or we're out, like let's say we go to San Bernardino. San Bernardino is the only county that I've experienced that will not give me a permanent license, and I'm not sure why. They say we don't want mobile, and I'm like, well, why do you not want mobile? I don't know if it's because it's such a big county. But I don't know. They say they don't want it. So they will give us a temporary, which means we let them know this is the event, this is where we're going to be. They come out, they inspect it, and then they give us a temporary.
So that's going to happen. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's going to happen at INKCON?
That's going to happen in INKCON.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely, because it's San Bernardino County.
So say someone buys a van from you or a bus from you, right? Do they get to use that same permit because your company already has it, or they have to get their own permit as well?
No. So they will definitely have to get their own, but the bus will be license ready. So it's like the thing that so in order to get a bus license, you actually have to go through housing and urban development. That's a step we don't have to do with the shop. Housing and urban development makes sure that your vehicle's safe, road ready, livable ready, where you could go in and do your thing and not have to worry about it. So they make sure it's safe. Then you go to the health department. Then they inspect it, and then they give you the okay. So in order to go to housing or development, you have to get this decal that says this vehicle is safe. So if you go on one of my buses, you're going to see this metal decal that is actually, it even says owned by the state of California. So when they decide that they don't want you to have that decal anymore, they can fucking come take that shit away. So if you buy a bus from me, you will get the decal that says you're inspected by HUD, but you will not get the health inspection because the health inspection has to go to whoever owns it. Yeah. So you as the owner have to
get the license to tattoo on it.
To tattoo on it,
in your county.
In your county, whatever that is. So we'll help you through that though. Again, once you get the bus, you're going to pass. I have the formula. I know how to make it pass. Like I said, California basically based their health standards for mobile units on my bus. So I know it'll pass once we build it for you. But the thing is, it's just a process. Like for instance, HUD, the reason that Inkmaster had to pay us $20,000 to rent our bus was because HUD takes fucking 6 months. They don't give a fuck who you are. They don't give a fuck how much money you got. You sign the paperwork, and that goes through their system.
Oh, I
That
see.
goes through their bureaucratic
didn't have
They
bullshit.
enough
used
time to do
you
all that.
as a...
Yeah,
as a-
well, so Inkmaster was
backdoor.
trying to build their own.
Oh.
So they were trying to build their own, but they were having it built in Texas.
And it would cost too much by the time they had deadlines, so
They wouldn't have made it. So they actually brought the bus that they were building for themselves to the event, but all they did was do airbrush tattoos out of it. And the real tattoos were in my bus. But the one that they brought to do airbrush tattoos on, I walked in there and I could already tell you, this wouldn't pass. This wouldn't pass. This wouldn't pass. So they had no idea. You know what I mean? And that's the
they
thing.
didn't do the legwork you have done.
They didn't do. They don't have. Yeah, they don't have
So
the
you hear
data.
that Paramount couldn't figure it out. So you need to make sure you go to fucking BodyArtBus.
There you
to
go.
get this done right.
So what's
We have the magic sauce.
So what's an average for the, if they're thinking about that, man, that's a good idea. What's an average, what are they looking to spend? Give or
So
take?
for like a small unit for 1 to 2 RS, you're talking 35,000. 35,000 done out the door. Now that
and they
that
can charge
doesn't cost.
premium rates going people, like you can make that shit easily.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Celebrities.
And then
Make
medium,
that in a quarter of a year.
size.
That'll make you a bigger return than the stock market.
Oh, 100%. You're talking 4x first year, especially if you already have clientele. But you got a medium size, you could hold 3 to 4 RS, you're talking about 50 grand. All right, you're talking a big one like we're working on right now, 70 to 100,000. And it just depends on what you want to do to it. All right, if you want to put a premium, every one of my buses is a premium sound system.
Iconic Mobile,
I'm already thinking
possibly.
about it,
Hey,
Dog?
I'm telling you right now, I'll get you the right bus. You tell me how many RS you want. You tell me what you want to do. I mean, you could have it wrapped. You could have it airbrush painted. All mine are airbrush, and I like that because to me, people could see the work on there and they'd be like, "What? Who did that?" Well, I did that. If I could do that on that bus, what do you think I could do on your skin? You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's that kind of that's that extra
Guy.
selling point.
Pickup line right
Híjole, bro. Hey,
Where do I
here's-
sign? Where
Here's
do
the
I
check,
sign?
dog. So it sounds like you guys are like a freaking a badass, like, what's the word? Like a dream team here. You know,
100%.
You got the vision of content creation and the connection with the tattoo industry, and then it sounds like you have. I'm sorry. Sounds like you guys both. You have the business savvy, operational aspect. You know what I mean? So
Tattoo-preneurs.
how did it come across to be like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we talk a lot about the IQ project. Let's bring knowledge to people. How did you involve business into the tattoo
Well,
industry?
I think again it would be hard to say this with just me and Elvis because we also have other members of the team. We got my boy Jordan, who, like I say, he's my first apprentice. This guy's been with me since he was 19 years old. Dude's 34 years old now. You know what I mean? Having a good homeboy, he's basically my brother. Yeah. That empowered me to do what I needed to do. Then we have Deja, who's a person that I bought the shop off of, who's an OG, bro. She was like one of Rick Walters' daughters, tattoo daughters. You know what I mean? Rick Walters taught her in the game. So we got these OG old world connections. You know, we got loyalty, all right, and then we got ingenuity with all the fucking social medias and everything that we need to do. So this dream team you're talking is bigger than just us.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And growing. We got more people in the high desert.
Yes, we got the High Desert crew. They're going to have one of the big buses, one of the three big. So I was showing him earlier, the three buses that we just bought, they're 3 38-footers. They're sisters. They're all twin sisters. They're all matched, exact same bus.
And we can give that picture to Anchor Mine.
Absolutely.
So we can post it right here as your talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, please. And so if you see these beautiful buses right here, these are eventually going to be, there's going to be our flagship. You know? Absolutely. Right? Yeah. But this is going to be our new flagship because right now the Big Dog's it. The Big Dog it's the one that Katy Perry was on. It's the one that, but we just, since it's down right now, I had an issue with it. I fucking broke it. I broke the bus. I broke it. So it's getting fixed right now.
You were in the Mozzie or what?
I don't know what I thought. Dude. I don't know what I thought. But I
go off-roading.
It was all my bad. No, dude. I had it maintenance, right? And I thought they checked the fucking, why would you not check the tranny fluid, right? You should check the tranny fluid. You're doing the fucking maintenance. So I did an event and I was at a golf course and they had us kind of parked at an angle. We had to go down this steep ass hill. And so I just backed down and I parked like this slightly, but then I had to go back up the hill. And I think since it was low on tranny fluid and it was all the way to the back, instead of it being low, it was fucking empty because all that fluid went to the back. And so as I'm going up this hill, it was fine at first. And then it starts to pull, like I'm pulling something. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I fucking put it in park real quick and I jump out. Like, am I pulling something? I want to fucking grab a sprinkler system because this is a fucking 6.6 liter turbo diesel, dog. I mean, this will pull fucking anything. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful because you rip something out of the fucking ground. So I'm looking, no, it's okay. Fucking put it back in drive, going up, boom, boom, get to the top, start smelling something. I'm like, fuck. I don't know what that smell is, but it ain't fucking good, right? Yeah, dude. So I'm at the top of this hill and I put it back in drive and it starts to go a little bit, but it started to fucking give me some resistance. So I put it in a neutral. I just dropped it in a neutral to see what happened. And neutral was fine. Just cruising. I was like, okay. So I fucking cruised from the top of Eagle Glen Golf Course in Corona. I don't know if you know, it's up on the hill up there.
Yeah.
I took that all the way down Cajalco, all the way down past the fucking little mall area and shit right there. In neutral, dude. Went all the way to this fucking gas station, bro. Parked it there. And I fucking put the hood up, popped the hood, and I saw that the tranny fluid was low. It said low, but it wasn't fucking empty. But I think that had to have been what happened. I think it was just, it went from low to fucking empty because of fucking the way we were sitting. And since we sat tattooing for, I don't know, 7 hours. Yeah. And then by the time we go, so all that fluid just goes all the way to the back. And I think I have to assume that's what happened because it's definitely the tranny.
Makes sense.
But I have a great mechanic. He's on it right now. He said we should have it out by next week. So I'm real excited.
Just in time for INKCON?
Oh, dude, it'll be plenty ready for INKCON. It'll be plenty ready for INKCON. But by INKCON, we'll have the three sisters done, and we'll have the Big Dog on the road, and we'll have the OG. So we have right now the OG is a 23-footer. We have the Big Dog 32-footer, and now we have the 38-footers. Oh. So we got a nice variety, and that's good for our clients too, because we're like, how many people you want? You want one artist? You want two artists? What do you want? Okay, boom, you're gonna get this bus. Custom. Yeah. Oh, you have a big event. You want fucking 5 artists? Okay, boom, you're gonna get. That's so smart. You're gonna get the big. So we have the fleet that has options for you, and I don't think you need that. Like as a business owner, where you need multiple buses, I don't think you need that because what I also want to do is I want to rent my buses. So like, let's say INKCON wants to do an event, right? You don't have a tattoo bus. Call up Joey. Hey, Joey, we have this event we want to do, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'll bring my bus out. I'll bring it for you. You guys just drop me a percentage and we're fucking good. Just like we would at a tattoo shop.
The Uber of tattoo buses.
The Uber of tattoo buses. You know what I'm saying? And who gave me that idea was Papa from Nuclear.
And now it's you can scale that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because not everybody's gonna if we buy one, we're gonna do maybe 2 events a year or so. You know what I'm saying? But now we only need it two times. We'll just pay it. You know what I'm saying?
Why not just fucking rent the bus and have it come out and do something dope? Not only that, but we have TVs inside the bus that display outside the windows too. So like, let's say Iconic rents the bus, we could put Iconic logos on the TVs,
You
flashing
put like
shit.
cameras like facing tattoos, and then the TV's showing everything outside. Or?
Yeah, so we have mounts for like GoPros. So we have GoPro mounts all over the bus. We have a big TV that comes up out of a hidden box in the back, kind of fucking lifts up. You know what I mean? Real dope, dude. Like I'm telling you, like the big dog, I probably spent
Bro,
like
you
60
should
grand.
vlog all this. Vlog it and have like a
I know he does. He's
Oh, you do?
constantly
You do vlog it
posting.
all the time?
We do, but we should do more.
What I meant, like what was that back in the days with Exhibit?
Yeah.
Pimp My Ride?
Pimp my ride.
Pimp My
Pimp My
Tattoo
Bus.
Bus, bro.
Pimp my tattoo bus. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because we stopped. Well, we do a blog here as well. He comes in on Thursdays, and we just stopped for the last month, but we're gonna start it up soon. But we document everything that's going on here, and it's cool to see when we first started who was our artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It brings more of that nostalgia, I guess, and it gives you more fuel to when you know. I'm pretty sure you're not talking about all the fires you have to put out, all the issues that come up with this business.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you look back when you first started, you did the first one, you're gonna be like, that's why I did this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because of that one time I was doing it by myself. I didn't have a specialist. I didn't have these fleet cars. I didn't have a rap. It was just like me and my vision. Yeah. Right.
Like one of our artists actually, he came in for an interview for an apprenticeship while we were doing the vlog. We got his whole interview
Stop.
on the vlog. Yeah.
That's tight.
So you can look back at now, what, 2 years?
Wow.
Yeah, it's going on 2 years, and he actually came when he was filming. You know?
So you guys
No shit.
are open, like there's people tattooing.
Yeah.
You guys doing the vlogs.
Oh yeah.
We're talking to
How
clients.
do you ever have clients that are like uncomfortable?
Yeah.
And they just kind of let you know, like
They let us know low key. We don't have them sign anything.
Okay.
We just tell them, hey, guy's coming today. He's gonna film us. You okay with it? Of course, some people say yes, some people say no, and we work with the ones that do. We're not in their face and stuff.
95% of them say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
Because
nowadays.
They want to
it's
go
like
back on
expected.
YouTube and look at their tattoo.
Yeah.
We even went as far as to put a video release at the bottom of our release form. So if you're okay with it, you just sign that shit at the
Yeah,
bottom.
we need to add that.
You know what I
That
mean?
makes
Because
sense.
it's like it's both. They do both.
Yeah, man, and with the blogging, dude, like our like Josh mentioned, our newest artist, he gets to see his beginning stages. And how awesome would it have been, dude, for you to be documented when you just came in and you met him and you're like, yeah, man, I'm ready to do this, you know? And you see yourselves, you know, maybe, 20 pounds lighter or whatever, less gray hair, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm just speaking for myself. But that's why we vlog, you know?
Yeah.
And Gary Vee, again, this is all because of his influence on me. You know? I actually got to talk to him for like 10 minutes over Zoom one time.
Oh, see,
Yes,
that's
bro.
one of my
That's
dreams.
badass.
Talk to that motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I think blogging is super powerful for that reason you're saying. You get to look back, but then also people get an inside look at what you're doing or what's going on. And I think what people, artists specifically, is who I'm trying to tell this to, but they think it has to be this whole production or you have to do like every part of your day. Like, no, you can just do little bits and pieces. Even if it's like a 5-minute vlog, like that's a vlog, you know?
Yeah.
Just get out there and do it.
I mean,
you
people
know?
already do it on their stories.
Exactly.
Pretty much,
The storyline is basically a
Get
vlog.
it
just
together, put it.
you lose it in
upload
24
yeah.
hours, you know?
And now with those, with those apps, VN, all those little crazy small apps that you could just edit your quick stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You can get a quick little production going.
I think people why don't they do it is because again we go back to they don't think people don't care, right?
Yeah.
But I did it when he tattooed me for that vlog. I did a day vlog from when I woke up to when I got tattooed, the process of getting tattooed, right? So I went through waking up, showering, going through getting ready, go get some food, go get some coffee, get the artist coffee so he's nicer to me. Ever since then, now people bring us coffee, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're listening.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that. And it's, I think you have to have the right team as well, because I was recording my progress and my journeys. I used to do tattoo conventions in an RV with 9 other artists. And I'd go from city to city, all over the West Coast, everywhere. And I was recording, but they were all like older tattooers and didn't really understand what I was doing. So it was very uncomfortable for me to go up to them and be like, "Hey, what's up, dog? What are you doing today?" They were intimidating, basically, when I came to recording. But being at Trusted and knowing how accepting and how comfortable he is with what we're doing, it's easy for me to just be like randomly like, "Hey, Joey, what are you working on, bro? Like, what's going on?"
Yeah.
You know. So it's also artists need to just kind of open up and understand that that's part of the new tattoo world, the new tattoo industry, you know.
If they want to be more relevant, right? Because they can a tattooer still can tattoo quietly behind social media and still get their
clients already.
Their clients, you know what I'm saying? But if you really want to push yourself, I think you should implement media. And we had that situation. You know, we've had other artists that, you know, me and him, we already like, okay, it's blog day, you know, and then the other artist, we record them and they're just not susceptible, and you can see the energy just drop, and you're like, okay, let's just focus it on us or something. You know what I'm saying? So that has, you brought a very good point, you know, that has to be essential in that everybody's aligned in the same kind of a goal. Yeah. Makes it better.
Yeah, because you can tell, like, when somebody's not really wanting to do it. Yeah. They feel forced, you know? And, you don't want it to be, you don't want to feel like you're forcing somebody, and then also you don't want the viewer to see like, oh, that guy looks uncomfortable. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, well, like, even, for instance, today, like with this, like, you were going to come by yourself, and like, I'm all excited. Like, I'm like, hey, I hit him up this morning. I'm like, hey, are we still going to do that? Are we still going to do that podcast with Connie? He's like, oh, yeah, but you're going to go next week. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go anyway. Yeah.
Which was, but look, we had an awesome podcast.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I got a cancellation at 3 anyway. I'll meet you and we'll just roll. He's like, all right, fuck it. Because, I mean, not only am I
we do shit on the fly like that all the time. Yeah. Like, it'll just be, like the other day we made that video about, I don't know if you've seen it, we did a skit where I asked a traditional tattoo artist, which he was playing the role of the traditional tattoo artist, for micropigmentation on my head. And he was using a 14-round shader. And then I look at the mirror and I have these huge ass dots on my forehead.
I haven't seen it.
That was random.
Really?
Like, he was about to leave. I was like, let's do a fucking skit real quick, you know? Yeah. And I knew he would always be down.
Yeah. And those are the best, when you just say, hey, let's just do a quick TikTok, you know? Because we've done them. We have fun doing them. Yeah. But if you pre-plan them, sometimes they're not that great.
Yeah. Sometimes,
Like the one Romeo came up with, like, we're all deciding, okay, who wants to play music next? Remember?
Oh yeah, we asked the client. We did a little TikTok with, and we asked the client, like, all right, what do you want? What do we say? What do you want to choose to hear music? What music do you want to hear now? So we pan it to the client, and he's just like, So then we pan it to each artist, and then we go like this. We go, and then the other one goes, like, waiting to see what.
Like, what are they gonna put?
Yeah, and then they put something, and we're like, because you know the music thing,
and they put on
the
Titanic song.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. We had one that was super successful. I think the Freddy one, the Halloween one, and that one was well organized. We had props. We had fucking smoke, bro. We went and bought dry ice.
Yeah, that was a huge production.
It was a huge production. Yeah, bro. If you ever seen it, have you seen that one? No. It's a Halloween one. It was like Friday the 13th or Freddy at fucking Trusted.
It was Freddy Apprentices at Trusted Tattoo.
Freddy Krueger Apprentices
at Trusted Tattoo. So he had like his fucking claw. Just imagine like the shit he's getting into.
Killed my cousin.
That's so fucking genius, dude.
Bro, it was epic, bro, and it was fun. And we still haven't done one with that much production value or anything like that since. And I think mainly because it's so hard. It was so hard. Like, we storyboarded it.
100%. That's what it is.
We made a fucking Freddy shirt. We painted it.
Oh, snap.
Bro, I had an actual Freddy glove. We broke a phone and we shoved it into the glove.
Oh, my God.
Bro, I'm telling you, we went and
we gotta check this one out.
We went and had dry ice and we put it to where it was flowing down the steps. So as she wakes up from her dream, there's dry ice flowing down the steps.
You know, where Freddy kills you.
Bad-ass, bro. Like, it was so cool.
But let me ask you something. Had that not gone as viral as you expected, how would you feel? Or did it?
Well, it didn't really.
Oh.
We posted every year again for Halloween.
This was like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So, like, before TikTok was really popping. I actually should repost it. Like,
Gary Vee says repurpose it.
Yeah.
Just use the content, because sometimes he'll post like 4 or 5, but he just changes the copyright, changes something, little small thing. Yeah. And it's valid. Just because you use it once doesn't mean it's done.
Yeah, well, this guy did the voiceover. Like, at first we did the voices, and then he recorded the voiceover, and it's just fucking hilarious, bro. Like, everything just worked, bro. Yeah. That was, what the fuck is it called? What is the name of it?
Nightmare in Corona.
Nightmare in Corona, bro. So watch that when we leave you. Nightmare
What
in
if it
Corona.
just takes like if you guys just voice over with different voices, like funny ones? Maybe that, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? That'll
that's
change
true.
it. Like
It's a
you gotta
different
test,
purpose.
try everything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That would be funny, right?
yeah.
Like if you use it in a British accent or something,
Yeah.
like you know.
we brought in our boy Rolando. We brought in our boy Rolando to come and shoot it, and it was
Okay.
just, dude, everything. The lighting was good. Like the funny thing is, Elvis's old lady, she's actually a niece of the dude who actually played Freddy Krueger.
Oh snap!
So
Oh, that's too funny.
And she played Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, she had the mask on.
So,
and the
so
claws,
yeah,
and
she
everything.
played Freddy Krueger, dude. So it was like
Yeah,
that's
that's
Freddy
full
Krueger's niece
circle
playing
right
Freddy
there.
Krueger. So it was, yeah, it, was
It
so
looks
tight.
a little slapstick because you can see like her hair.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Hanging out the side, and then we did 2 episodes. The first one was just Freddy going through the apprenticeship, and then the second episode, Jason comes into the shop, which was me,
To get tatted.
To get tattooed. And when I walk into the shop, him and Jordan they look up, and then they just run out of the shop. Yeah,
Bro, not only
comes
that,
out, yeah.
but the funny part is my boy Jordan was tattooing a guy, and the guy actually was asleep. And so in the fucking video, we leave the room and this dude's asleep. And the fucked up thing is that wasn't planned. That dude was just asleep.
Yeah,
The dude was just getting tatted, fell asleep. So it was just
it was
fucking
funny. It was funny.
You guys should bring
serendipity.
it
bro.
up to INKCON.
We got it.
Do the
Dude.
third episode.
We got to do the third episode. We should have fucking guest Freddie come. dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Freddie should
Like
come out to
Jason, what is it,
INKCON.
Jason 2000, Jason Unlimited?
Yes, dude.
But that's cool that you guys are even up for doing that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think if you want to stay relevant in this industry, I guess, and just in any business, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure you have a lot of creative stuff for the body bus,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the BodyArtBus, and you as well for the podcast. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we try to like. Also, just try to inspire people to be creative, dude, because this is hard. It's
Yeah.
hard sometimes to find even content. You know what I'm saying? Not always. I mean, we should have a podcast with all 4 of us. We'd be good right here every day. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we have a lot of
we just
content,
chopping it
but
up.
it's not always the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, like you said, sometimes you got to reach. And like at the Huntington Beach event, right? My homeboy pulls up with this Camaro, and I fully painted this, airbrushed this Camaro, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's just do a video of me stealing the Camaro." And so I stole the Camaro. We shoot it. That fucking thing took us 10 minutes to shoot. Gets 15,000
Yeah.
views on fucking TikTok, and I'm like, "Fuck!" Like, you know what I mean? Like you spent something, you spent all this production value, nothing, and then you did one little video,
One little thing.
and it was just it works.
Didn't
You
one
just
of your
never know.
clients go viral just by her just going like this and showing her
Yeah, she was
crease
just
on her
like
hand?
seeing the crease
Like
on
a
her
butt cheek
hand.
or what?
I don't know. She just went like
She
that.
had like apparently like it spells out the name of your crush or your future husband, whatever.
I heard that. Yeah.
And she got like I think like almost 90,000 views.
I might have saw that.
You're like, I'll probably do it. And now we're like all TikTok famous over here. She's
Dude,
like,
out of nowhere, bro.
So
That's fucking crazy.
Hold up.
That's funny, dude.
uh,
Yeah, dude. I remember that. I remember hearing about that. I remember for a while it was like, oh yeah, if you do this, it's fucking name here, or if you do this, it's fucking right here. Like, yeah.
Dude, well,
And that kind of brings up like the thought of how the Freddy skit that we did took so much work to do. And seeing the videos that are going viral now, it's almost like it feels like it's not worth it to put that much effort and production to something that's like a joke or a skit, as opposed to just kind of doing it half-assed and just real spur of the moment, because I'll probably do better.
well, like you said, like
You know?
people's attention spans. There's a reason why
Yeah, and it's a long video.
30-second videos get
Yeah.
better hits. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you're
So
absolutely
maybe
right.
like redoing it to where it's the same concept of Nightmare in Corona, but it's like 15-second clips.
Yeah, because how
becomes a
long was it? It
series.
was like 5 minutes.
It's like 5 minutes each video, so like about 10 minutes.
And just put like part 1, part 2. Man, I hate
yeah,
when they do
yeah,
that.
that could have been it. But one thing I do I can tell you from what is maybe don't focus on it. Just do it for the fun, right?
That's what I say.
And the
Yeah.
fun part of the memories of doing that, you know,
Yeah.
It was
that-
great.
That's cool because
Well-
when we planned the tortilla challenge, we
Yeah.
planned it. It was, you know, we're gonna do it here, and it was fun.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
memorable thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I have a little bit of trauma from that
Speak on it.
Nightmare in Corona, because I edited it all,
Yes, I know where you're going on this.
and that shit took so long.
Yeah.
It was so stressful.
And
It was-
voiced over.
and voiced over.
You were so invested in it.
aligning
Did the
everything.
graphics.
And it just took so much time, and I was like, man, this was fucking too much work.
So did it hurt when it didn't go viral?
It did.
Yeah.
Not. It didn't. It
Isn't
didn't
that
really.
isn't that
but
everything though?
Yeah.
Like isn't
Yeah.
that tattooing? You put in, you know, you do 8-hour piece, and you're like, this is the best one. I'm gonna post it excited, and it just doesn't go.
Yeah.
And then next day you'll do something that was just like a rose with some name and filigree,
Yeah.
and that thing
So
goes
it's a quick banger,
and it's just like
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know
Well,
what
the
I mean?
bus is the same way, bro. Like when I first started the bus, I was like, "This is it. This is fucking. Everybody's gonna love this shit." Blah blah blah. And I've been doing the business for 12 fucking years, and now it's finally hitting.
Yeah.
12 fucking years.
Consistency.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, what are you gonna do, dude?
You just have to be patient, dude.
You just gotta be patient, bro.
What does Gary Vee says? Be patient and just keep doing.
Persistent.
Another guy, shout out, I listened to his vlogs and stuff. iShine just said something really smart that hit us. Like the algorithms or the YouTubes, whatever to hit, sometimes you need to have those X amount of videos in already before you can go viral, you know? But everybody just wants that one time and then just we made it. That just doesn't happen, dude. We got over 80.
I think you appreciate it more too, though.
100%.
Well, yeah, for sure, because you remember all those days. But, you know, we have over 80 different contents already in there, you know? 80, that's like
It's
a lot of invested time, you know? And few of them have gone just even a little bit of attention, you know what I'm saying? But regardless, it's a passion project we love doing. We want to bring value. We get to meet you guys now, you know? And that's what we do this for. And if it does, cool. But if it helps one other person, like somebody, a new artist or something, and he gets inspired, then I really, that's why I feel, you know, and that's not bullshit.
No.
Fuck no. I
like,
feel
like when I was talking about earlier, how that client said that he saw a podcast that we did like a year ago. That alone, that view that I knew personally hit me more than the 10,000 views I didn't get.
Because you don't know them.
Yeah,
No,
you don't know that.
absolutely.
There's
You
just
don't know
numbers
them.
on the screen. Right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, like the other day when I went by a shop because Freddie was like, "Oh, I hit up these people, you know," and I was like, "Well, let me go make sure they got the invite because they haven't got back to us yet." So I go in the shop and these dudes are having their shop meeting, and they turn and look at me, and they're all looking at me like kind of crazy, like, "Who's this for?" Right? Like, and then they're like, "How do I know you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, oh okay, yeah," because all the videos from INKCON, all the guys from INKCON said that's why we recognize you. Oh yeah, bro, we've been meeting. They even said that they fucking they framed the invitation. They're like, "Hey, we framed the invitation that you guys sent us and shit." I'm like, "Oh shit, it was cool." Like that's what I'm saying. It's just something that
Yeah, bro.
you don't know till you know.
And not just, you know, bringing awareness from like colleagues, but like clients, like somebody that you've never tattooed, you never met may see a video you did that flopped in your eyes, and it may bring business, you know? So it's like, I was going to say this earlier, but it's even more powerful than a business card now. It's a business card that's going to continue to work,
That's
you
constant,
know? Because a business card, you give it to somebody, they put it in their pocket, it gets lost in the laundry, you know?
Yeah.
But you talk about yourself, about what you're doing on Instagrams, TikTok, whatever, it's going to get posted. Somebody might see it a month, 2 months, 3 months from now.
Maybe in 2 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's little workers. Every piece of content is a little worker that's always working for you 24/7.
Yeah, it's a trip. It is a trip, and that's what I'm saying. Like if you don't use it, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah. It should be part of any business plan.
I always remind myself that I don't do it as much, but I always just tell your story. You know, we all have our own story, or you know, we told some great stories here, but each one of us has our own unique story of why and what we're doing it for. But we hardly ever repeat it all the time. We assume people know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you constantly know, shout out to Miguel Aguilar. He's actually out of Temecula. He owns Self-Made Gyms. He's another inspiration of mine. I contact him here and there. One thing I love about his stuff, and he'll bomb the stories, bro. Like there's 30 different stories.
I've seen that
in there, you know? But he does this very smart. Every day he tells that he came from nothing, that struggle, his own unique story. And so then I connect to him, you know what I mean? Because he reminds me. And that's what I learned, to just tell our story. Like my story is, you know, nobody gave me a chance, you know? I don't have any tattoos. So they're not gonna accept somebody going into a shop. Well, I said, fuck it. I'm gonna start my own thing at my house. And then eventually me and my cousin teamed up and we're doing this. And now we're gonna give opportunities. That's my story. You know what I'm saying? We all have our own story now, right? We repeat it and it connects with people because that's what people connect to.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's interesting when I heard about that too. 'Cause back in the day when I first started tattooing, I told my cousins that too. Like, oh, I'm gonna be the first tattooer with fucking no tattoos and shit. That was like a thing. And then everybody just kept giving me shit. And I was like, fuck it, let me get a fucking
I get shit all the time. Remember you said you're gonna bring it up? I brought it up.
Yeah, that's what he said. He told me, and I was like, "Oh, what is he, a pussy or something? What's the problem?"
Pretty much.
He's like,
Hey, clients tell me like, why don't you have any more? Fuck no. You think I'm gonna go through the pain you're going through right now? It's crazy as fuck.
Tell me how
I'm
it
like,
feels. Tell me how it feels. Yeah.
No, but seriously though, is that the reason
Yeah,
why
it
you're
is.
afraid of the
I'm
pain?
pussy.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what?
It doesn't even hurt, bro.
That's
They
what
got
they say,
numbing
bro.
creams now.
Oh, it fucking hurts.
Le
Oh, it
pegan,
fucking hurts.
fool.
That's what it
He's
is.
my outlet right there. I'm like, I need a tattoo. He's like, okay, here's my leg. He got like 80 hours in his leg already.
Yeah, there you go.
Just I don't know.
That's
I can't
love- that's
explain
love
it.
right there.
I used to always just think of like really why. I love art. I love business more. But then I put art and business together and I made a living for myself. You know, and then my cousin's with me, so it's even better because he has strengths that I don't have. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. And bro, right now we have this beautiful shop. It's amazing. It has a brand. We're just starting. We're hungry as hell. But more important of it is it gives me freedom to be my kids. I got a 9-year-old, 8-year-old. That's what I care about. That's my thing, So I'm gonna bust my ass. How do I make money to buy me time? I'm gonna bust my ass and make awesome ass tattoos. I don't have to show them, which I love them, but I don't really. I haven't gotten to the point where I need one. So that's probably why. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the interesting thing too is about me is like my tattoos. Like I have a lot of tattoos now, but to me, it's not that I don't value them. It's just I don't like, it's not like, oh, check out my tattoo. Like, it's not, oh, look at this tattoo I got. Like, to me, it's a part of me now, and I love it. I love that it's a part of me, but it's not something that I'm, like, super excited to show off or anything. I mean, look, I'm wearing a fucking full sleeve, fucking sweater right now. I forget about it. It's just like extra to me, you know what I mean? I love when people comment on it, like, oh, that's amazing. I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, I forgot.
Well, let me say this. I have 15 years in the game, right? I understand that people just need to express themselves by getting a tattoo some way, whether it's trauma, it's just for, they want that piece to look cool. I just never gotten that need. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody that has tattoos. Anybody that's gotten tattoo from me is, I respect it. The thing that I always question myself is why haven't I gotten them? Am I scared? I'm not scared of the pain. I've seen people pass out on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they come back to, they don't die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just never gotten that need. So I'm just being true to myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to justify that I have a tattoo to be a tattoo artist. Everybody thinks I'm like the mop guy here. But that's my own opinion.
Like you can't use that hashtag tatted.
Hashtag tatted AF.
Tatted AF. Yeah. No,
But who
it's
knows?
really
That's what I
interesting.
change. That's what I think right now.
So I
Who
heard,
knows in 5 years from now or 2 years from now or a month from now,
I heard Instagram won't verify you as a tattooer.
Oh, fuck. Bro, everybody
Throw
right
it
now.
down. Throw it down. I need that blue check, homie.
Technically, I have a tattoo because I probably poke myself. You know what I'm
100%,
saying?
I got a finger tattoo here.
Just a tattoo a blue check on you. I am blue check. Come be verified.
There you go. Yeah.
But that's an interesting perspective, because I actually knew a guy, or I know a guy that didn't get tattooed for the longest time, and we were at a convention in Boston, and he went to go say hi to somebody that he looked up to, and he looked at him and didn't have any tattoos, and he was like, "You're not a fucking tattoo artist," and I was like, "Man, that's fucked up." Just because he didn't have tattoos, he was a badass artist, did color realism, but some tattooers just think that you need to be tattooed to be a tattooer.
And that's their prerogative, and I
That's their
respect that.
perspective, yeah, that's
But, I have that where I'm like, well, obviously if I go to my heroes, like one of them is Jose Lopez, I just posted about him, and I tell him I have no tattoos and he looks down on me, it's not going to affect me much because that's his own opinion of it. I still love his art, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be like, oh, fuck, it's a killer for me.
Not in front of him, at least.
But if anything, it might skew your perception of him, right? Like if he gave you shit for not being tattooed, like gave you attitude, like he didn't respect you,
Interesting.
you'd be like, well,
Yeah,
well, I mean, you still do dope
I
art.
bought your
but,
lowrider art stuff, bro. I bought your machine. What the fuck, Like, no, but I get it. I totally understand that aspect, and I'm fighting a upward battle, but I still love it. I love when people are like, what, you don't have any? That's rare. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, it is rare.
It is what it is.
It's almost like exotic, like like in a nice way. Like, oh shit, you're
Hey,
tattooed.
making me
Yeah,
blush,
you do
bro.
that.
Making me
I told you,
blush.
I helped split her too.
It's actually, I'm the rarity now. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what
Because
saying.
everybody
Like,
has.
You
Yeah,
don't
a lot
see
of
that.
people.
You don't see
Yeah,
that.
a lot of
Yeah.
people. Did you see that? It was one Ink Master. What was the Ink Master fucking?
there was one, a girl,
No,
right?
yeah.
Or a guy.
It was a guy.
It was a guy, and he had
was two
tattoos,
already, 'cause
but he
there was
had
a-
barely any tattoos, and they kept giving him shit like, "Oh, you fucking do tattoos." Like, bro,
Oh, I
he's got
would
tattoos.
love. I mean, if I did it, but I would love that shit to be fucking a subject on me because to me that's fuel for me. You know what I'm saying? Not that I use that as ego, but I'm just very confident in my own skin. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing to me too. And that's what I'm saying. Like I have that confidence to where I don't need a fucking tattoo. I don't need to fucking tattoo my neck. Like nowadays, a lot of people get their face tat and that's their first tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, your first tattoo is a fucking M on your face? What the fuck is that? You're just a fucking poser to me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like you're just trying to make it look like you're tatted so you have a certain view, like certain worldview, where it's just like, dude, have the confidence in yourself to not give a fuck either way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have my neck done. I don't have my hands done. And, you guys have your hands done and shit. But I don't judge you either way. I don't care. I'm not like, oh, Elvis, look at your fucking hand or whatever. Like, I wanted to do my neck.
Tattoo too.
Yeah. He tried to do my nipples. I would have let him do it. But like my mom made a promise to my mom I was going to do my neck. Yeah. And you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, oh, you should do your neck. Look, I made a promise to my mom I ain't do my neck. Guess what? I don't give a fuck what you have to say. It's my fucking mom. You know what I mean? So whatever your reason is, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. You gonna get your neck tatted? No?
I don't think so.
All
I
the people,
questioned about getting my hand done for a long time before I actually did it.
Oh,
so.
really?
So
Yeah.
it's
Like once I got to my forearm, I was like, because it's my first forearm piece right here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, just very like, and thinking about it, like over analyzing, like, man, that's a big step getting out to your forearm. Meanwhile, there's like people that have their hands, face, and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like tripping out over a forearm tattoo.
Yeah, that was me with the hand. I was like, fuck. It's like, that means it's real.
I can't really do anything else after this. But the thing is, it's a lot more accepting now.
Yeah.
I went to Walmart the other day, and to each their own. But this chick had a red nose, like a clown nose, and all this crazy shit, and fucking like
Tatted?
diamonds, like little, like so she looked like a
She was
clown,
an
but
employee there?
in fucking cashier at not fucking Walmart and shit, fully tatted, and all little tiny little things. So I'm thinking this chick must have been an apprentice or something,
right?
dude,
Or
maybe-
lost a big ass bet.
dude. But I couldn't believe it. I'm looking at her like, oh shit, and I'm a tattooer looking at you like that, But I was blown away. I didn't expect it. It just kind of caught me off guard. But it's gotten a lot more acceptable now. It's a different, there's not as, like you said, it doesn't have that stigma anymore.
Yeah, even companies are changing their tattoo policies. You know.
Well, in California, they passed. Actually, we tattooed someone here that helped pass that law that workplaces can't discriminate against tattoos.
Get the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
dude. You got to get them on.
Yeah. I forgot who it was, but I remember talking about it.
I remember the combo, but
That's really cool because that makes sense, bro. I mean,
That should, well, the military is not just California. Let's see.
Well,
No,
the
but-
military actually is reversing their laws now.
yeah.
Because I remember I was working in San Diego when the Navy said they could get their hands tattooed now.
Yeah, Navy could get anything almost. They could
Well,
get
now
Marine
even
Corps just
Marines.
lifted.
yeah.
so you can get
And I
sleeves
just opened
now.
that shop. My shop in Oceanside
Yeah.
is the closest shop outside of Camp Pendleton, bro. We're doing sleeves all day long, all day.
I tattooed a drill instructor last week.
That's right.
And it was crazy, like talking to him, like he seemed like just like a normal dude.
Yeah.
And because I was in the Marine Corps, he was in the Marine Corps too. And I remember the drill instructors being the scariest motherfuckers in boot camp, And I'm like, I couldn't picture this client as a fucking drill instructor. He was
So
as
chill.
fuck,
Yeah.
So chill.
oh, he's on his moment, bro. He's
Yeah.
just like turned off. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
he's just
just
about
be
I'm gonna
relaxing
fucking
right
relax.
now.
'Cause I'm too fucking tense.
Yeah, and I was talking to him about all these stories and shit about and I'm just like, this motherfucker probably hears this shit all the time.
Yeah,
Like, I better stop telling these stories and shit because he probably hears it all the time.
Yeah.
So I want to go back a little bit. I mean, we got a lot of great content today. Let's talk a little bit more about the INKCON before we head out today.
So, I mean, INKCON, it's going to be a very special show, and not only because of the great artists that are going to be there, all right, which is hands down the best reason to go there. But like I said, our goal is to try to improve your career the best way possible, which is to network with other tattooers, to experience something that you normally wouldn't be able to experience, and again, to join the old with the new.
Yeah.
All right. And a lot of people, they don't have that opportunity. They don't have a Carlos. They don't have an Elvis. They don't have their cousin there working with them to inspire them. And so I want this to be able to inspire the people in our industry to just improve all across the board, whether it be the social media, whether it be tattooing, whether it's a stronger appreciation for the history of the craft. Because, with what's gone on now with the YouTubes, the advent of YouTubes and the Ink Master shows and all that stuff, a lot of people think that they could just grab a machine, fucking boom, take some YouTube, watch some YouTube videos, go to town and start tattooing. And of course you can. Anybody could do that, of course. But if you have to respect the game and respect the history of those that came before you. And I think that's a big part of it because this didn't just start. This isn't just people, past few years have been saying it's a fad, all right? Tattooing is not a fad. Tattooing has been around thousands and thousands of years. They might call prostitution the oldest profession, but tattooing must be number 2 in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, they're finding people, Icemen with fucking
I think
tattoos.
actually barbering is number 2.
Could be barbering.
Well,
I don't know.
We're
We'll
top
fact
5.
check that.
We're
I
top
don't know,
5.
because I mean, zoning wise in cities, we're right next to like, what is it?
It's an adult industry.
Yeah, it's an adult industry.
Yeah.
It's definitely
It's
considered
weird why
an
they
adult
put it
industry.
together like that,
Yeah.
right? Some
We're next to bail
councilman
bonds
was
and
like,
strip clubs.
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
that together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He must have
And-
walked in and the girl was getting her like boobs tattooed. And he's like, oh,
But as
might as
those
well be a strip
councilmen,
club.
but maybe you can vouch to this. As those councilmen mindsets, you know, they have their mindsets, right? Councilmen, councilwomen, whatever, because they're the ones who ultimately get together and just like, yes, no, yes. As they wither down and then, or not wither down, sorry, that was a bad word. As they leave their positions and newer people that are tatted come in, they're gonna be okay in all this stuff.
It's going to change.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna change.
Yeah.
It's going to change. And again, like with INKCON, I want this to be a classy event. I want this to be a high-end event. I was supposed to be a pachanga, you know? And so I wanted it to be like a high-end event where the best of the best are there, where, you know, we got good performances, cultural performances, you know? Something that's not just a tattoo show, but almost like a museum event.
Sounds like you're trying to push education too. And that's,
Education is huge.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a projection going the whole time, just talking about the history of tattooing. So when you go to the art wall, there's gonna be a history projection talking about where tattoos came from, where it started, a timeline of things like that. And now we're gonna have the Tabori guys, the guys from Japan doing the stabbing method. We're gonna have the guys from Samoa doing the tap method. We want to show full circle.
Yeah, and it'll be something good for the people that are spectating, you know, clients, future clients that go to the show to help them kind of participate in the show. And that's where the content creation side comes into play, you know?
Yeah.
Where there's going to be opportunities for them to get their own content, whether it's for their Instagram of 100 followers or 1,000 followers, whatever it is, but it's going to be encouraged there. So they'll be participating and helping for INKCON second annual.
Absolutely.
As I'm thinking about how you're expressing it, you know what I'm saying? Because I've watched from my point of view, the conventions, what conventions are is pretty much interaction, people interaction, right? I think if you're able to achieve the best experience of a client meeting an artist, right? And artists meeting other artists, if you're just able to be there and just give that full experience to them, bro, you guys are going to be the best convention in my mind, because it's
So we want
everybody goes for an experience, right? To the convention to have an experience. That's what everybody says. And I was watching a podcast yesterday, or a vlog of a guy. Shout out to Elias Moras. I just found this guy out, but he's been blogging last year heavy, going to conventions, and I'm watching how he's interacting in conventions, and they're complaining about how the organizers didn't really respect some of the artists. You know what I'm saying?
They don't.
So their experience was shot there, so they might not even go back.
Yes.
So one advice I can get, one suggestion I could be, just go heavy on the experience and customer service.
Absolutely.
You guys will be the number one. You know?
Well, a little tidbit we were gonna save to the show, but we're gonna have a green room that's just for the artists. We're gonna have a little charcuterie board there that only artists and VIPs could go into. So if you just need some time away just to go chill or whatever, we're gonna have that set aside for you guys. So this, again, it's a tattoo show by tattoo artists for tattoo artists.
That's
you know,
dope, bro.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, we need that. You know, with the advent of Muse Inc. being gone, with Ink and Iron being gone, the only good show that we have here, Villain Arts did one in San Diego the other day.
The first year,
The first one, yeah. So we need, and you know, no hate to Troy. Troy's awesome. But the thing is, Troy's not from Cali.
No.
You know what I mean? My whole goal with this is to have these Cali artists. You're going to come here, you're going to get a Cali experience. You're going to feel the culture. You're going to get a sense of the culture and the artists, and then you come back.
And what do people say? I don't do too many conventions. You have done too many conventions. Yeah. You've done a lot. Maybe what is the overall thing of what artists say about California conventions?
California is where to go for black and gray.
California's for black and gray, but I also heard that in California you don't get those walk-ins.
Yeah.
You take your own people to show off the work.
Yeah.
That should be changed.
Yep.
You know? If you're able to get like Philadelphia style, what he's saying, Philadelphia,
Philly kills
you
it.
get walk-ins. If you're able to achieve some way that aspect, it's game changer in my opinion.
That's interesting because like when you go to a convention like Philadelphia, you're not just tattooing people from Pennsylvania. There's people from Virginia, from New York, from all these other states.
Go
that
there.
are going there, you know, because there's a variety of artists there. And in California, because it's bigger, it's like everybody's repping their county, their city. Like, no, my artist is from this place. Like, I only go to this guy,
see it.
you know?
I get that.
But if we can change, like what you're saying, make it more like, hey, you can come to the show and book an appointment or get a walk-in from an artist that you probably would have never otherwise, to encourage that. But how do we change that?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is we're going to target the military. I mean, a lot of our marketing is going to be targeted to the military because they got a disposable income. They're not from around here. They want to do something cool, And again, it gets them in touch with the culture. Now, I was talking about Oceanside. For instance, Oceanside, the military in general, they'll tell you don't go to a tattoo shop right off base. Don't buy a car right off base because they're trying to.
Because they know
They're
by
trying
by what is it called? Proximity or
proximity.
proximity?
Yeah, absolutely. Proximity. They're trying to, prey on you. But I'm trying to tell people like, no, this shop now you can go to a shop that's right off base because we're the closest shop off base. I'm a veteran. We speak your language. We give you good prices. We're trying to take care of you. You come here, you're going to be safe. You're not going to have gangs. You're not going to have drugs. You're not going to have any of this. So I'm going to try to change that whole perspective of the Marines right across the street from my base. For my shop, excuse me. But that's how we're going to target each base because how many bases are there? You got MCRD. You got freaking the Naval Base, 31st Street.
Yeah.
You got freaking Camp Hemp.
They're fucking sharks just waiting for you guys to come out.
Exactly. And so we target those guys. We target those people. Let them know this is going to be a great show. Let them know that they can get tattooed by the best people around. We're also going to target the Native Americans. Again, natives, they actually help my business in a huge way. That's why we called it the Trusted Tattoo Gathering, because I wanted to kind of give back to the people that helped my career so much. So we're going to be inviting them, and those people have a lot of income with the casinos and things like that, and they don't often feel included in a lot of things that go on out here because, I mean, bottom line, the way the history goes, they don't really have a lot of trust.
Yeah, they don't really want to come out here.
Exactly.
And for the majority, I get those points. You're targeting, those people with disposable income, but one thing I learned from Alex Armanzi is everybody has a certain income they're willing to spend on the tattoo.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it all matters on the experience.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And if you focus on that, you have entertainment for the guests coming in, people walking in. You have the experience of the meetups for the artists. You're taking care of all those. Then the convention it's going to be a gold mine. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be not a gold mine, but it's an icon of California now. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on
icon.
that. INKCON icon. Let me ask you guys one question. We ask every artist that walks in here, and we're always curious about this. How you guys feel experience? How do you guys see the tattoo industry in the future? Like in the next 10, 15 years.
Do you want to go first?
Go ahead.
It's pretty.
Okay. Well, I'm a firm believer in we create the future, and if everything works out the way that I'm directing it, I see almost every good shop that's going to have a mobile unit. All right, that's going to be able to do these different events. It's going to be a lot more accepted. People are going to see mobile units on the street, and it's not going to be something that like, oh, what is that? What is this? They're going to know what that is. Yeah. They're going to know how it's done. In 15 years, the INKCON will have 14 shows under its belt. And at that point,
manifest that shit.
That's
You're
right.
Here.
That's right.
IQ project.
That's right, baby. And at that point, we'll be doing bigger and better things. And I hope that we will be at the casino, and mainly because I want to give people that experience where they could do the casino stuff, have like a resort style experience in the show, which is one of the things that we really wanted at first. And that was one of the really big selling points to get Freddy involved. And he was like, oh, it's gonna be a pachanga. When they shot it down, it really, really messed stuff up. But I think once we have this first show, set an example of how it's going to be, proof of concept, absolutely. Then I think they'll be wanting to eat it.
Nice. The pilot episode.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Kill it, bro. Yeah. We'll be dope. What about you, man? What do
you? So the way I see the industry potentially going is there's going to be a shift in who's working the most. Like right now, there's a lot of artists that are working on reputation that they built over the years. But in the next 10 years, content creation is going to create those that aren't busy right now as the ones that are busier, which is already happening, right? So I think the brands, which are the individual artists or the individual shops, are going to be either thriving based on their content and work and quality of work and experience. And then the ones that are neglecting it are going to regret that they didn't do this at the release of this episode. So I think
absolutely.
Every artist is their own brand that also supports a bigger brand, whether it's a shop or a convention or whatever it is. And content creation is the new normal. And in 10 years, if you didn't start doing this shit now, you're gonna notice. and you're gonna realize that damn, they were right. You know.
Damn, dog. I like that one. Good point, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, we're firm believers in the future, man. We're already saving money so that we can buy robot hands for each station. So we could be like, oh, go to robot number 2.
There you go.
No, just like we always
like
mention
McDonald's,
that.
put in your order. You get what you want.
Infinity sign. Okay, go to robot number 3. He kills it.
He's good.
That
He
was
does the
an
style you're
expert.
looking for.
Specializes.
Yeah.
Specializes.
Oh, and then another thing I want to add is tattooers will start to accept cryptocurrency like XRP.
Crypto?
Shout out XRP.
You're a crypto guy.
A little bit.
That's good.
I got hopes.
Hey.
You know, there's good and bad to it,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah.
ultimately things are gonna change. So
Yeah, definitely part 2
Yeah.
for this, so we can talk about
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, hopefully in 10 years when we're talking about this, crypto millionaire.
crypto millionaire.
yeah, the first crypto shop.
Damn.
Yeah, and then we'll have that tattoo shop up in the mountains. We're gonna have a tattoo shop cabin that we could
you
have.
guys were talking about your vision, right?
The vision's a
Yeah.
tattoo shop
we're
cabin
talking
up in the
about
mountains.
having a
Beautiful
cabin
view.
tattoo shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, didn't
Yeah, we snowboard in the morning, tattoo at night. Bang bang.
School Museum did that, right?
So Skull, you know what Skull Museum is?
Sacramento.
They're in Sacramento.
They just opened a big ranch style.
Oh, really?
No, it's not even ranch style. It's modern. 10,000 square foot tattoo shop. And
Wow.
it's about an hour east of Sacramento. I wanted to go to the grand opening, but it was pouring rain. I was like,
Oh shit.
I ain't gonna risk that.
It just
you know?
happened. They just opened.
It just
like
opened
2
literally
years
a
ago.
month ago.
Oh shit.
Bro,
Okay.
it's amazing shop. Amazing.
Yeah.
And
I think that
they
can
just
add to
push
the
the limit.
experience, man.
They just push the limit, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they have open windows. They can see the woods and stuff because it's
Yeah.
kind of like suburban,
Mm-hmm.
I guess you call it.
Like
But
the
it's not the
area or
city.
the building.
The area.
area?
The area is a little bit. The
more
building's
mountains.
modern.
It's in the mountains.
And you can see like the wilderness. You can
You
get,
can
like,
see
that
trees
scenic
and stuff. You
vibe.
don't see
Okay.
just trees. So
Yeah,
it's
that,
very.
that's
Yeah.
something I've really thought about in the future. You know, like
Yeah.
having it in the mountains where you can just see the view, because I think that adds to the experience. And when I got tattooed in Costa Rica and there was a fucking nice view everywhere,
Yeah.
I think I handled the pain better because I
Interesting.
felt more at peace. I don't know if that was just maybe in the moment thing, or maybe it's actually a thing that happens to us. You know.
I wouldn't know. I haven't gotten tattooed, but
Like,
our
I
vision,
can't
bro.
relate to anything
Our
you say.
vision is different than you guys, but we want to build the first like professional looking headquarters where you go in and get tattooed. You can get a barber haircut, so
yeah,
barbershop
yeah.
/ tattoo shop, but all no divide, just glass walls, you know, and then have an area where it's a lounge, you know, and definitely cool music, cool vibes, modern, and a barista,
Little
for
coffee shop.
because we love coffee, little coffee
You
shop.
have
That
a
people go
little
in.
cigar cube where you can go in there and smoke some cigars. And all,
I
just
mean,
sucks all the
if
smoke
the
out.
funds, if some crypto millionaire invest, maybe, you know.
I got you. I'll let you
But
know in 10
that
years.
we're very heavy on experience, so we're like, how can we amplify that experience? You know what I'm saying?
So
And-
kind of like that, you know, that Rob's fantasy.
Yeah,
warehouse
yeah,
kinda thing,
yeah.
like that.
The fantasy
And
package.
it's definitely gonna be an investment. I mean, you're talking about at least above 5,000 to 10,000 square feet, and fully decked out with TVs, glass, everything. Nothing too crazy as modern like some shop, but definitely the experience vibe. You know, that's our vision, bro, and we're working hard for it.
Nice
so.
little
look forward to the
podcast
grand
space in
opening.
there.
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure, man.
perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Podcast room in there for sure.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. We're gonna do that in the mountains, right?
That'll be the third story.
For me, I was thinking about retiring and painting in the mountains. That's what I was like.
yeah.
Oh,
you
okay,
know what I mean?
okay. There
Epic.
you go.
Just to have a cabin up there.
Yeah,
It's good for you.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Just be in your underwear right there with the view. Just
Happy little trees, huh?
coffee.
Little trees.
Shitload of happy little people.
trees.
Well, definitely been one of the longest podcasts, but I felt like it was the shortest one in a way because
Yeah, it went quick. It went
we
quick.
were
man.
just hitting
Yeah.
off everything. I think
Yeah.
we definitely can talk in depth more, so we'll definitely have a part 2. You know, if you
Yeah.
guys are, you know, maybe
We're
one
down.
closer to the
that'd
event.
be
That'll be
good.
dope. Just you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, prep
And
it.
down
And
with that.
we could really talk about what else we got going on because
Oh,
we got a solid list of artists. already, but
teasers,
yeah,
teasers,
Yeah.
teasers.
Just
You
getting
guys are
better.
good, bro. You guys are good. I want to know, man. Can you stay another hour, bro?
Like, you gotta act iconic to the list too.
Iconic.
No, but thank you guys for making that drive over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no problem, bro. Thanks for the invite, man. I
No,
really
for sure.
appreciate this. You know, it's definitely gonna help us. You know, we're sharing our exposure with one another, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what it's about. It's about growing as a unit, as you know, helping each other. Because what do they say? Rising tides, what?
Raise all ships.
Bam. There you
I
go.
like that.
All right, man.
So,
You want to
thank you
close
guys.
this for us? You're the opener. You can close it.
All right, guys. So if you guys appreciate this podcast, please give us a like, share, and comment. Thanks to our guest right here. Do you guys have anything to say?
Thank you for having us again.
Yeah, and we look forward to seeing you guys at the INKCON Ontario Convention Center here in California. Not Canada, California.
California.
We've gotten that.
What's the dates?
June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2023 this year. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. Bring your cameras, and yeah, we'll see you guys there.
Come ready for an epic experience.
There you go.
So we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you guys.
Peace.